Former business partner testifying the president's son sold the illusion of access to his powerful father. Lawmakers who were in the room telling us Devin Archer said Hunter Biden took calls from his dad in the presence of clients and often put him on speakerphone.
ABC's Aaron Katursky. The suspect in the Long Island serial killer case is due in court today for the first time since pleading not guilty to murdering at least 3 women and burying their bodies on Gilgo Beach. The State Department reissuing a travel advisory ordering all non-emergency government personnel and family members to leave Haiti amid growing civil unrest. This is ABC News. Demand for workers cooling off a bit. The Labor Department says job openings dropped to just over 9.5 million nationwide last month. That's the fewest in more than 2 years. Thieves across the country are picking on the Toyota Prius for one specific part.
Anthony Whitehouse's Toyota Prius in Denver is a prime target for catalytic converter thieves. He was ripped off in January. He says Toyota is so big, if they prioritize,
they could make more of them faster.
So many are stolen, apparently, says Whitehouse's garage manager, Jason Fluss.
Toyota has been just a nightmare trying to get parts.
Until repaired, you can't drive the car or sell it. Insurance companies suggest installing alarms and even painting your converter to deter buyers. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
And Bed Bath & Beyond is back as the final physical locations closed down for good. The digital store has been reopened. The digital assets, including the domain name, were bought during the bankruptcy sale by Overstock. Rena Roy, ABC News.
At SimpliSafe, we've designed award-winning home security with advanced sensors, HD cameras, and now this, 24/7 LifeGuard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Tonight, I've got a bonfire at the lake with friends. First, I need a spritz of my off-clean feel. My summer style is all about fun and not about... I don't need mosquito bite red clashing with this crochet top. It's purple, it's bright. I could definitely pair it with my amethyst eyeshadow palette. The best part is, ugly mosquitoes won't be messing with my fiery vibes. With off-clean feel, I've got 8 hours of not sticky, fragrance-free protection. Get your pre-party protection on with off-clean feel. SC Johnson, a family company.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
The city of Aurora plans to reform its reserve police force. The city council voted last night to reestablish the volunteer force, which ended in 2005 due to lack of interest. The idea was proposed by Councilwoman Danielle Jurinsky and could solve an ongoing problem for the city. The city attorney told council members that medics assigned to work with the SWAT team are carrying concealed weapons, exposing Aurora to potential legal liability. If those medics trained to be part of a reserve police force, the city and the medics would have more legal protection. Up to 30 reserve officers could be appointed under the ordinance. A flood watch is in effect again today with more rain in the forecast.
Another round of rain on the way later on this afternoon. Highs today slightly cooler in the mid-80s, and then we are talking about more flooding concerns for later on this afternoon and this evening, with storms starting even earlier today. Wednesday, mid-80s as well. More rain, same thing for Thursday and into the weekend.
That's Fox 31 meteorologist Kylie Burse. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the LASIK Center.
A couple heavy slowdowns throughout the Denver Metro to occupy your mid-morning commute. Starting on the north end of town, I-25 southbound before 84th Avenue. We've got a crash blocking 2 left lanes with slow traffic back from 120th, about 20 minutes of delays for folks heading through the Thornton area. Heading to the south end of town, I-25 northbound this time. Looks like we've got some road work just after Colorado Boulevard. We're seeing some pretty significant stop and go back from 225. On the south end of town, C-470 westbound approaching Quebec, a crash with 2 left lanes. Slow traffic back from I-25. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies out there. Another warm one today with a high of 86, chance of scattered thunderstorms. The current temperature is 75 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Get ready for a life of new vision. Right now at TLC Laser Eye Centers, we're offering 20% off LASIK with our latest Wavelight laser when treated in August. That can be over $900 off when treating both eyes with guaranteed financing. Visit saveontlc.com for details.
On How Rude, Tanneritos, the Full House Rewatch podcast. Join characters Stephanie Tanner and Kimmy Gibbler, also known as actresses Jodie Sweetin and Andrea Barber, as they relive every episode of your favorite Friday night comfort show.
We spent our entire childhoods on a little show called Full House. playing frenemies, but becoming besties whenever the cameras weren't rolling.
And now, 35 years later, it's our biggest adventure yet.
Listen to How Rude, Tanneritos on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Watch Harris Family Law's informative and complimentary webinars, live and recorded, concerning all family law issues. It's Harris's Wiser Together series, helping you make wise decisions. HarrisFamilyLaw.com/webinars for free access. HarrisFamilyLaw.com/webinars. The Harris Law Firm. Stability, knowledge, guidance, and strong representation. HarrisFamilyLaw.com. Mother's Day, Cinco de Mayo, Memorial Day, May celebrations. K&H Home Solutions is celebrating too. 30% off beautiful Softlight and Provia windows, 30% off elegant Provia entry doors, and 30% off maintenance-free Diamond Coat and James Hardy siding. Need roofing too? 15% off all new roofing. KHWindows.com.
For windows, siding, doors, and more, K&H Home Solutions has what you're looking for.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, and making your life a little easier. 303-713-TALK is our number, 713-8255, here to help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, and make your life a little easier. That's what we do each and every day. We've been doing it for years, and I invite you to be part of the festivities. So right now, we are going to take, of course, priority on callers. We're going to solve your problems, answer your questions, and do whatever it takes. So right now, let's go to the phones. Let me just get to the right window here, and we'll do that if I can find it. Okay, I'll find it right here. There we go. I think we have it. No, I still don't have it. I'll find it. Oh, there it is. There's the call screener. Got it. Fred wants to talk about a bad electric job at the house. First of all, I want to say we also have money we're going to talk about today, making money, keeping money, saving money, and whether or not everyone should invest. I'm not sure everyone should. We'll have to talk about that. Who is a candidate for investing or savings or retirement? I think everyone has to look toward retirement a bit, right? And also a note on 888heating.com, high-efficiency air conditioning replacements, installations, 888heating.com. They are slammed, but they are doing bids on great replacements for you, 303-770-2776. During this time of the year, you need honest people because there's a lot of crooks out there, 303-770-2776. Now, let's go and let's talk. What's going on, Fred? What's happening?
Good morning, Tom.
Hey, man, what's happening, Fred?
Took my call. After the storm that we had,
or the hailstorm.
Tornado.
You're talking about hail or tornado?
Tornado on June, middle of third week of June, that hit Highlands Ranch very heavily.
Yes. Yeah.
We were the side of the tornado, and also so much hail and rain and wind, and I guess surcharge happened that my electric box had a little bit of an issue here.
Now, what about your house? Was your house damaged?
No, the house is great. I mean, as I said, we were the side of the tornado.
Right, gotcha. So Fred,
yes.
What do you mean your electric box has problems? Are you talking about your outside where it connects to the grid?
Outside. The panel, yes.
The meter box or your panel with the breakers in it?
The one with the breakers on it.
Is that on the inside of your house or on the outside?
Outside on the wall.
You have an outside panel, so when you have to reset a circuit breaker, you have to go outside?
Yes.
Okay. How old is your house?
Exactly. The house was built in 1978.
Okay, got it. That's why. Okay.
Yes. And, of course...
Now, what are the problems? When you say it has problems, what do you mean by that? Was it hit by the storm?
No, we didn't have any strike or any lightning.
Well, then why do you associate it with the storm?
I know. Well, the reason is A week later, our air conditioning, the thermostat went blank, absolutely blank. I mean, we couldn't turn on the the cooler, and make the house.
Okay, so what's wrong with the box? Did you have an electrician out?
I had hired an electrician.
Who?
And I, AAA Service Plumbing LLC.
AAA. Okay. And so they have an electrical division?
They have the electrical, plumbing, air conditioning. The
okay,
whole
so AAA Electric came out, and what happened?
Yes, they came, and the first guy, the technician came, went to the basement, looked at the furnace, says there is no power coming to it. It must be something with the electric.
No power coming where?
From no power coming to the furnace.
Okay.
You know,
Fred, I want to ask you something. You said you had problems with your electrical panel, but how did you know you had problems with your electrical panel? Was your air conditioning not working? What does this have to do with your air conditioning?
Very good question. That's my assumption.
Fred, here's what I want to know. What was your first sign of trouble with your electrical box?
When the guy came.
No, not when the guy came. You personally called the electrician. Why did you call AAA? What were your symptoms?
My symptom was the thermostat, which is Wi-Fi thermostat for the cooling and heating of our house, went blank. Absolutely no power.
Okay, but you said you were having trouble with your circuit box.
That's what they told me. I didn't know that at the time.
Okay, so you called AAA. I get it. You called AAA, Plumbing, Heating, and Electric. You called them because you had a blank thermostat.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay, keep going. Go ahead now. Sorry. Go ahead.
And then, thank you. And then a technician came, checked it for hours up and down, left and right, and he says, there must be some switch of your furnace does not work. We have to change that.
Okay, so AAA said it's not getting power.
That's right. And there's a switch that powers come to it. That switch doesn't work. We've got to change that switch. So he went ahead and 3 days later came with the switch, put it on, said, sorry, that's not working. Now, then he says there must be something wrong with your panel.
All right, here's what I need to know now. What did it end up being? Did you ever find out? Fred, I don't need the whole story. What I need is, did they ever find out the ultimate problem?
They said that may I explain how it went quickly?
Go ahead.
He said, I have to send you an electrician. It's not my job. Electrician supervisor came, and he says, yes, your breaker for air conditioning, do you see there's a little black things on top of it? It might be burned out. I said, okay, can we change that? He says, no, we have to change the whole system.
Okay, hold on. Fred, I get a sneaky feeling you were sold an entire HVAC system?
Absolutely, yes.
Well, did you even need one? Because this seems to be a trend lately, by the way.
Wait. HVAC or an entire panel?
Entire panel.
Oh, I'm sorry. So hold on. Then they did not sell you an HVAC system like a new furnace and air. They sold you a new panel.
Yes.
Which he might have needed. Who the hell knows?
Well, the house is pretty old. It could be he needed a new panel. That's exactly right, Mark. So keep going. So did you have the new panel put in?
Then he says, we'll do it in a day with a permit. I said, excellent. Thank you.
Okay,
how much?
Could you do me a favor, bro? Do me a favor for time. I can't go step by step. Did you have the panel replaced?
Yes, he replaced the panel.
Okay, what's the problem then?
The problem is he says, I'll match any prices. I was shocked when he says $10,000 to put the new system and the grounding it.
Well, you know what? 10 grand for a panel is about right these days. It could... Hello? Fred? All right.
I assume he'll call back.
You know...
I wonder if that fixed it, though. Forget about the 10 grand. I'd like to know if it fixed it, but I think Kelly's getting them back up. Maybe if we break real quick, we'll be back up.
Okay, Jordan, Keanu, mymoneymyway.com. I have a quick question for you. I want a straight answer. I know you'll give me one. Should everyone save money or invest or whatever?
Yeah. Well, everybody should save money. Yes, absolutely. Now, as far as...
You know what? I know people that can't make rent hardly without paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, there's things that people need to take care of first, obviously. You know, getting out of debt, putting some money away in savings before they start building up retirement and certain things. There's things that people should do first, obviously. You know, and you're hitting it right on the head. Getting money set aside should be the key thing because you don't want to be stressed about paycheck to paycheck if you're going to be putting money aside for 401ks, IRAs, retirement, or anything like that. So you're right on point. You have to figure out at home first what you need to do. Make more money, pay off debts, and that's kind of something we do in our analysis when we meet with people.
Okay, good point. I like that. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We'll talk more to Jordan. Here's the point. The very first thing you need to do is crack your nut. What that means is paying your bills every month.
Ouch.
Paying your bills every month. Then you put away some savings, normal savings for emergency. Then retirement. Then discretionary investing.
You know, a lot of the bigger companies, not just Fortune 500, but a lot of mid-size, big-size, they got that 401k, and they just take out 5-6%. Some of them match it 10, 15 years down the road. Holy moly, man, you got 200-300 grand in there.
Now, I want to emphasize something, Mark. We talk a lot about HVAC companies, and I just want to tell you that you and I both know Garrett at 888 Heating, and he's not cheap. But he says he has great value. There's no one cheap anymore, no one inexpensive. But I will tell you, you can take these guys to the bank. If you need a high-efficiency replacement, 888heating.com, 303-770-2776.
Grab those running shoes and join Broncos country as we celebrate the kickoff to the Broncos season with the Broncos Fit 7K on September 3rd at Empower Field at Mile High. Runners will start at the stadium, head to Sloan's Lake, then run through the Players Tunnel and finish on the 50-yard line. All runners will receive an exclusive Broncos t-shirt, finisher's medal, and an unforgettable experience. Register now at denverbroncos.com/7K. That's denverbroncos.com/7K.
You know, Empower Reverse Mortgage is a reverse lender. Now, why do I love them? Because you know why? Because I've known Mark and his team, and they will help you with reverse loans. Reverse loans are still a viable option because many people need the help with a line of credit. Home values have gone up. You can get a line of credit, not even use it, and it stays on your house and actually grows your borrowing power, and they can never take it away no matter what your home values do. It's great to have going into retirement or old age, and they'll never ask you to leave your home. 720-500-7719, 720-500-7719, empowerreverse.com.
Thank you. It felt like someone took a blow dryer, a good blow dryer, and just was 1 foot in front of you and just wouldn't stop all day. It was nuts, man.
Oh,
so
where's that,
we
Mark?
didn't go to the breweries. We didn't do a lot
Where's
of stuff
that, Mark?
we usually do. It was just too hot. Didn't even go to the pool. No.
Where? 30% off Elegant Provia.
What did I miss?
No, I'm just asking you, where was this experience?
So the least I can do. What experience?
The one you were talking about, like a blow dryer.
Oh, like a hot blow dryer. Las Vegas, man. It was so hot. I don't think I'll go back out there in 110, 115. It's just, we couldn't do any of the stuff we like. You can't go to the pool. The pool's just, it's crazy.
It's too hot to fish, too hot to drink.
It's too hot to, it's
too
crazy.
cold at home.
It's just too hot.
It was too hot to go to the pool.
No, you burn your feet.
Exercise,
though,
too
hot to go to the pool. Holy
crap. Tommy,
The
it's
pools
too
were
hot.
like empty.
God, only kids were out there.
That was the only good news. We ended up exercising in the health club every morning because it was too damn hot to do anything else. You should see some of these new treadmills, man. So
They're cool.
They're unbelievable. I'll usually get on. She'll run, but I'll set
What do you
it
mean?
like
What's new about it, Mark?
Well, so the one they had there, they were all brand new because we were there about 3-4 months ago. So they got big monitors on them, like probably
Like big
15 to
iPads.
17-inch iPads, but they're built in. And then you can choose, you name it. It could be Italy.
Right,
it could be
right. Yeah.
Any trail in the world.
They have 'em.
And then you can choose running, walking, jogging.
Right.
And then when you choose it, the treadmill actually inclines, declines,
We had
speeds
that.
up.
We have that.
Also, Tommy, Mark can't appreciate this. I don't think so, but it was a new style of belt. It wasn't a traditional
Yeah, it
treadmill
had a kind of a
belt.
weird grip thing.
And I like that a lot. Anyway,
You know what? Our gym has stuff like that. They also have cycles that do that.
yeah, we don't get on the cycles, but those were an option.
She gets on that fucking stair stepper. That looks like a ball buster.
Literally.
Holy shit.
Literally.
It's like getting on. It'd be like going to a DIA and walking up the escalator backwards for like a month. I mean, it's way steeper and the steps are bigger.
You know what they ought to do with the screens on a stair step is make it like you're walking around San Francisco or Seattle and you got to step over poo and bodies and stuff, and that's your...
Shannon, when you could pick out different hikes and shit, I was thinking what would be fun. You could pick one out where you're in California and you walk through a Walgreens and you're shoplifting.
Right,
And people are chasing you, but really they're not, so...
That's an all-over exercise. You could, like, carry bags of stuff out on the treadmill. You know, you, like, keep adding weight to the bag.
I would do so much better, honestly, if they made it into like a virtual game.
Mark,
like
the stair
cops are
stepper,
chasing
you can go up the Empire State Building and stuff like that.
Wouldn't
you
be cops chasing you, by the way. Other way around.
Yeah, I would like shit like that, though, man. That'd be cool. Like Grand Theft Auto, but you're walking.
That's the
You're
other way
like
around.
punching people and
You're
you're
through
walking.
Chicago trying not to get shot. That's great.
That's a good one right there. You're in Chicago downtown
You're
late
running.
at night,
You're running for your life.
and you wake up in the middle of a party.
That's the only way I'm going to run, by the way. If I hear shots.
Oh, you're a maniac. I swear.
Now, if they just put a people mover at the buffet, I'd be done. I'm tired of wasting calories walking to my next meal.
You know, I looked at that Freedom Forever settlement. It sucks.
Oh, dude, that's a straight out.
They're not going to fix the. So does that 11 grand, Mark?
Well, here's
does
what's
that
even-
11 grand fix the solar part or just the roof part?
That's what I was trying to get to in the.
All right,
here we go.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. Let's talk and try to solve your problems. WaterPros.net will solve your drinking water problems with, everything taken out, the most wonderful drinking water at your kitchen sink, under $1,000, fully installed. PaulTheWaterman.com, 303-862-5554. Now, here's what I'm trying to get at. Now, Fred needs to know if he's being taken advantage of. But I need to ask Fred something very quickly. And then by the way, Mark and I were talking off the air, or you heard us on our feeds. We were talking about this for Freedom Solar or whatever, Freedom Forever. They truly suck, in my opinion. We're going to get to that in a second. Oh, because the woman sent us the docs and we did look them over. Now, Fred, bottom line, after a tornado, you had problems with your thermostat. An electrician from AAA Plumbing, Heating, and Electric came out and said, basically, you need a new panel, and it's going to cost about 10 grand. So what I want to know is, did you have it done or not? I just need a yes or no on that one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If you had it done, then you shouldn't be questioning the price. Didn't they give you a price up front?
I bet it's nothing to do with the price. Is the AC working or not?
Yes.
Oh, well, okay. Is that your only problem, the price, like Tom was asking?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, but you can't ask about the price after you had it done unless they lied to you or cheated you and did not do what they said. For example, if
I don't think it's unreasonable. I know it's high. I would hate to have to pay it, but I bet if you called 4 other large companies like AAA, they're all going to be right there,
And
man.
even if they're not, it doesn't matter. They gave you a price, you accepted it. That's the whole point, Fred. What were you hoping would happen if I said, let's say I said, Fred, that's unbelievably high. then the only weapon you have is, did they do what they contracted to do? For example, I don't know how many amp service you had and if you were upgrading. Were you upgrading in amps?
No, they just put whatever I have.
Okay, so what amperage service do you have?
As you said, probably 24 breakers, and 220 is the biggest one.
How many amp service do you have at your house? 50, 100, 150,
It's got to
200?
be at least, well, it's an old house. I would guess 100, but who knows?
What do you have? Do you know how much amp service you have? Hello?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I can answer that.
All right.
Sorry.
Now, Fred, you do understand, I just want you to know, that if you think you paid too much, it's kind of too late to do anything about it. You understand that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless they committed fraud. Go ahead.
Yeah. The point is, at the time, which was kind of a rush to do.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Your house wasn't
you
burning down. You could have called another electrician.
No, you're right. I should have waited. But he said, I'll match any prices. Don't feel bad. I am right there, and everybody will do. But I called, as your friend just said, I called 5, 6 different people. No one went over 5,000. No
Fred,
one.
I don't believe it, and I'll tell you why.
When I called
I think it's absolute. I think it's absolute crazy, and I call it this.
No, I should have.
That's what I call it. I call it. I say that it sucks, and I say you can't call someone after the fact and say, "What would you have done this for?" I think that sucks. You know why? Because I don't know. Those electricians, I want to know, what electricians did you call and said under 5,000? I want to know. I want to know who you called.
Give
me a name. I want to know specifically a name. How could they do that? They didn't know how many amp service you had. They had no idea. So how would they have known how much?
They called me. I called them.
Fred, you didn't tell them how many amp service you had. You don't even know what the amp service is. So what did you tell them for them to give you a price? The number of breakers?
Okay. I'm sorry, Tom.
Fred, I'm trying to reason with you, and for those listening, did you tell them the brand of the breakers they were putting in, the brand of the box they were putting in? Did you ask if they were upgrading anything else? Did you ask how many amp service? I'm done. Bye. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. You know what? I got a new thing here, and that is not wasting people's time. I made my point. You can't have it done and then complain about the price unless, Fred, they lied to you. This is what I mean. Well, Fred, it's going to be this much because we're going from 50 amp to 100 amp. And they did not. If they lied to you, if they said, well, we're doing all this, redoing this part, and they didn't, they lied. If they lied, all bets are off. Devin or Devon, you have a comment on this. Go ahead. Devon?
Yeah, I Googled it, and if he upgraded to a 400 amp service, he'd only be paying $4,000. And there's no way that they would have upgraded that house.
Okay, here's the deal, Devin. Devon, here's the deal.
7,000 square foot houses, and they only need a 400 amp service.
Here's the thing.
With
what do you think they did wrong? Tell me. I don't know AAA from anywhere. I don't care about them. You heard me call out people when I don't think they're doing right. And does it sound expensive? Yes. Mark just said it sounds expensive. But Devon, tell me or Devin, I'm sorry. Tell me what they did wrong. I want to know. They gave him a price and he went with it. What did they do wrong?
No, they told him that they would match any price.
Yeah, but he never went out. He never went out and bid it. Now, did they mean after the fact? If so, does he have that in writing? If I call them and say, he found this for $5,000, will you match it? Okay, you know what? I actually want to know that. Call AAA and call another electrician on our referral list. First of all, we don't even know what amp service the guy has. I don't even know. Mark and Devin, I don't know what you Googled. I have no idea, but no, he Googled 400, and that's a good idea, Devin. We can call our electricians and get various prices for different amp service. Didn't he say he had 24 breakers, Mark? Didn't he say 24 breakers?
I think so.
All right, listen, here's what we're going to do. AAA service, plumbing, and electric and all that, they charge them $10,000. Okay, did they take advantage of them? What do you think? I mean, pricing right now is crazy. And Devin said he Googled it. You know, so did he get his price match? Call Fred. Did you call Fred back or did he call us? Kachina, did he call us or did you call him back?
It was an outbound, but I can certainly try to get him back.
I want to apologize. Here's what I'm going to do for Fred. I think if he has a price match guarantee, we're going to ask some electricians if they could bid that out. I want to know how many breakers he has. He mentioned it. And then we're going to do an estimate on 100 amp, 200 amp, 300 amp, 400 amp. I'd like to ask one of our electricians to give us a price. Mark, we call Gaddy Electric. They're pretty good, right?
Yeah, Gaddy's great, man.
Okay, good. Can you do that, Mark? Can you call him?
Gaddy's going to be less. I already know that.
All right. We got more coming up.
Do what you want for 30.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino. Now, Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by InvisibleFence.com.
Couple drama spots throughout the Denver Metro to occupy your late morning commute, starting on the west end of town through Jeffco. See 470 eastbound at Morrison Road. We've got a crash off on the left lane with stopped up traffic back from Alameda Parkway. About 6 minutes of delayed driving through the Morrison area. Closer to downtown, I-25 southbound, we're seeing our normal slowdowns into downtown with speeds in the 30s and 40s between I-70 and Spear Boulevard. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies out there. We are expecting some scattered thunderstorms today and throughout the rest of the week. Still a warm one out there this afternoon, high of 86, overnight low 61. The current temperature in Denver is 77 degrees with your impact traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Summer is here, which means your pets will be spending more time outside. Keep them protected in your yard with Invisible Fence brand. Now through the end of the month, take 50% off the installation of your system. Visit InvisibleFence.com to schedule your consultation and see the Invisible Fence brand difference.
You know what I love about prices? You're not going to get confused with OneClearChoiceDoors.com. One Clear Choice Garage Doors has every price for everything they do on their website before you even call them. That's how proud they are. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. They'll take any part of the door and fix it. The opener, the spring, 24/7 service, 720-370-3987. 720-370-3987. OneClearChoiceDoors.com.
Thank you.
That
Hey, Christine, Mark Major with the Troubleshooter Show. How are you? Good. We wanted someone on air to kind of be our expert and give an opinion. Do you have someone there that can do it? It's about basically a price of a panel being installed.
All good. Then Adam texted me. He's like, so when I...
Okay, that'd be great. Yep.
Pat's her husband.
No problem, Rick. You have a question about roofing and insurance. You got it.
Anyway,
all right, you got
Scott,
it.
I wear
Hang
it
on
for an hour.
and
Yesterday was
right
my
with
first
you,
day.
okay?
I wore it for 40
Hang on.
minutes. It
Okay,
says anywhere
no
from
problem.
15 minutes to an hour a day or whatever. Anyway, I felt it in my core and everything. I was like, wow, you know, I always thought I had pretty good posture, but this is totally keeping me in check.
That's good. Go ahead. 719.
I feel like I look weird.
I know, sometimes
like all pretentious.
Well, like I
What's the last part?
consciously think about standing up straight or sitting up
Uh-huh.
straight. Not slumping.
I'm
yeah,
sorry, one more
I
time.
didn't think I slumped really, but when you put this thing buzzes you, it's annoying as fuck.
0375.
Yes, it's annoying.
And I'm sorry, it's Pat,
You can
right?
set
That's
it
your
to buzz
husband.
you after 5 seconds or 15.
Okay, cool. We'll call him
they
right now.
say,
Thanks,
say to
bye.
start with 15 or 30, but not me.
See
I
if
went
he'll
right to
come
5
on
seconds.
As an expert. It'll be the first
Yeah.
time he's on. He's with Gaddy.
Cussing at the
We've
little
had
thing.
Mark Gaddy on 100 times, but he sold the business to Pat. So try Pat right now.
Okay, you know that Fred is not answering and his mailbox is full, so I can't
Don't
get him
care. We
back.
still want Pat.
Okay, all right.
And then what you might do for him is just text him, Kelly. Or have Suzanne text him from our Google number.
Kelly.
Yes.
You want me to text him? Just email me his number and his name. I'll give him a text real quick. Rocky Mountain Dent? Oops, shit. No.
Oh, shit. I had a fucking max heart rate of 185 today.
Did you really?
185?
Yeah.
In yoga.
Dude, it is
Jesus.
so fucking hot in there.
My max heart rate for yoga today was
140.
Cool.
122. My average was 94. No, I have great heart rate. I'm
Hers
not
is-
going to lie.
She'll run in the 50s, 60s. I'm going to see what my average is today.
But my run this morning, I averaged 137 for my run. It's a jog. It's not like a full-on speed run.
My average was 135.
Wow. That's the fat burn zone.
I know you don't mean IQ.
That's 168. Or 169, if you know what I'm saying.
Something a person with a high IQ
Hi,
would
Pat.
say.
My name's Kelly. I'm Kelly.
Yesterday it was 132. What was your average today?
My average was 9 for yoga.
Yeah.
94.
She was so fucking slow at the beginning, though. It's funny. The first 10 minutes, we didn't do jack shit.
It felt great.
That's
the
the part-
breathing is just amazing.
That's the part of yoga that drives me insane.
Measure a
Tom.
masturbatory thing like that.
The first fucking 10 minutes is like, okay, sit there and do fucking nothing.
I disagree. It's like, God bless, it's
measure
good.
yoga?
I thought you were talking about me killing my husband.
No, here we go.
All right. Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-255. Somebody just emailed me and asked me why I'm attacking my callers. What's wrong with me? Hey.
Who said that? Where's that?
With just an email I just read. Hold on.
Oh, an email.
Yeah.
You know
Anyway.
what I'd tell them?
What?
No soup
I
for
didn't
you.
attack anyone. I'm trying to get people not to be fooled. If I said, well, that's terrible, let's get your money back. The point is, they give you a price up front and you approve it. It's not an emergency. Now, listen, granted, if someone quotes a high price and then lied to you about something, well, then I would absolutely carry the banner and protest. But if it's a normal job and they just charge more than others, you're going to have to pay it. Now, I'm just going to tell you that. We have that problem with an HVAC company, Mark, that charges more than anyone else, but they do a great job, okay? What do you do about it? What do you do? Okay, let's keep...
George at Fix-It 24/7, they got an interesting guarantee. The apples for apples. In fact, Smith Plumbing, Heating, and Electric down in the Springs has it. If you get something
And so does
done,
888heating.com. They all
that's
say
right.
that.
Yeah, but if you can find someone else that'll write you up an estimate for exactly the same thing, apples to apples, they'll meet that price. I
Yeah.
think all of them do.
Now,
and
listen-
if AAA Service says they'll do that, and we can find someone that can do it, that would be great.
And the company I was talking about were none of the ones he just mentioned, Mark, the most expensive company. And Mark's still working on that problem to see if they
Hey, listen to this on their website, AAA Service. Listen to this satisfaction guarantee. It is the oddest one I've ever heard. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Satisfaction guaranteed. We will wear shoe covers, we won't smoke or swear, and we are drug-free. That's their satisfaction guarantee. That's odd.
Well, yeah, I see what you're... Yeah. I mean, you would take that for granted.
I mean, it's odd. It's just odd.
But, okay, they're just stating the obvious, which is good. But they should also say, if you're not happy, you let us know, we make it right. Let's go to Denise.
We won't
Denise.
murder you. We won't catch your house
Hey,
on
Denise,
fire.
what's happening?
Hello.
Hi, Denise. What's going on?
Well, last April, we had Silva Construction. I don't know if you need a name or not.
No, that's fine.
And,
You
they were
hired,
doing
is
this-
it Silva Construction?
Yes, they were doing streets in our neighborhood.
Oh, and what did you hire him to do?
To do a driveway as well as our neighbor.
Okay.
And they did the driveway. They said there was a 1 year.
Now, was this
guarantee on the work.
concrete or was this asphalt?
This was concrete.
Okay. So what's wrong with it?
In October of last year, I noticed a small hairline crack by our front step, which they had replaced also.
So wait, so you had it in April of 2022 done?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And then in the fall, you noticed some problems.
Correct. About 6 months later in October, so I gave them a call. They said they were going to send somebody out. They never did. When I called back, they claimed it on the weather because there was a lot of snow, and I totally understand that.
Yeah, but then now are they
But
saying
then
it's too late, you're out of warranty? Because that would be crappy.
They said they're working on it. I've called them probably at least a half a dozen times, maybe more. I've been starting to send them texts, so I have documentation.
How bad are the cracks?
It's one crack, and it seems to be getting bigger.
Oh, so you saw one crack where? In the steps?
It's just before the step, but at the end of the driveway.
How
So right
big is
by
that
the
crack?
garage,
If you
near
look
the
at that
front
crack,
step.
how long is the crack?
Oh, it's got to be at least a foot. I've sent them pictures.
Is it in the expansion joint, the crack, or is it in the middle of the thing? Where is it?
It's in the middle of the cement.
And how wide is it? Can you put a dime in there or a quarter? How thick is it?
It's not that thick yet, but it seems to be getting bigger. You cannot put a dime in there right now.
Okay. You know, all concrete shifts a little, but that could be. Their warranty should specify. Did you get a written warranty?
I did not, and that's my problem. I paid them with a check, so I've got that documentation. They sent me an invoice, but it really does not say anything on the invoice.
So they could simply say it's not guaranteed. I'm not telling you they will, and I'm not telling you we wouldn't fight for you, but they could easily say, well, Denise, that was 1.5 years ago.
Right, and a couple of weeks ago, I did get a hold of somebody at the company. She said they were sending somebody out that day, and I said, I wish you would have told me because I wanted my husband or myself to be there. And she said, well, they were in that area because they've been working out west, so they haven't been close to her house. And then she said that they were trying to determine what to do, but I haven't heard any response since then. I've called her, I've sent text messages, and I'm not getting any response at all.
Yeah, and
So
there's
it
likely
sounds
you
like
won't.
they
Listen, I'm
want
going to
to
put someone
remedy
on
it.
this. I'm going to put someone on this to call. Let's give it to Deputy Smarty Pants to see what this contractor says. It's going to be a pretty weak case without anything in writing. But first, we're not going to tell the contractor that. We'll see what they say. I mean, and then we'll see how bad the concrete is. First, let's just see if they'll fix it. And if they will, fine.
I'd love to see a picture of it.
Yeah. If you could send us a picture, that would be great. I'm going to give this to Deputy Smarty Pants, he's called. His name is Marty. He'll be calling you. And then another thing, I would like to know how bad it is by picture. And then after he talks to the contractor, maybe if the contractor says there's nothing wrong with it, blah, 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 maybe we have someone go out and inspect it. All right, let's give this to Smarty Pants. Thank you. 303-713-TALK. Let's talk to Joan. Joan has a solar issue. But God, we seem to be the clearinghouse for solar problems. And the bottom line with solar is most companies suck. How's that? Because they just do the sales and leave you high and dry, or they do the installation and leave you high and dry. I mean, we're having nothing but trouble. Joan, did you get on the air yesterday with this?
Yes.
Okay, I'm looking for your call here, dear. Go ahead. Tell us what's going on.
We're at the point where they have sent me a...
This is I'm sorry. This is the settlement. Freedom Forever, right?
That's correct.
Okay, I want to talk about this, and it's going to take me a little more than a couple seconds here.
God awful.
It certainly is. Certainly is. We're going to talk about it coming up. 303-713-TALK. Avoid Freedom Forever Solar any way you can. They absolutely suck. And I'm telling you, I know that. They suck. Now, one thing I really recommend is a whole house filter for taking out chemicals, only $1,200. You will never find low prices like this for water filters, water conditioning, drinking water, or anything. PaulTheWaterman.com, 303-862-5554.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the LASIK Center.
Couple drama spots throughout the Denver Metro to occupy your late morning commute, starting on the west end of town through Jeffco. Seat 470 eastbound at Morrison Road. We've got a crash off on the left lane with stopped up traffic back from Alameda Parkway. About 6 minutes of delayed driving through the Morrison area. Closer to downtown, I-25 southbound, we're seeing our normal slowdowns into downtown with speeds in the 30s and 40s between I-70 and Spear Boulevard. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies out there. We are expecting some scattered thunderstorms today and throughout the rest of the week. Still a warm one out there this afternoon, high of 86, overnight low 61. The current temperature in Denver is 77 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Get ready for a life of new vision. Right now at TLC Laser Eye Centers, we're offering 20% off LASIK with our latest Wavelight laser when treated in August. That can be over $900 off when treating both eyes with guaranteed financing. Visit saveontlc.com for details.
Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, one of the people that we deal with on this show as experts in retirement, and I am using them as well. And here's the deal. They have a number of programs for people with retirement, not just investments, but they look at your insurance, they look at your retirement plans, your 401ks, your pensions, your whatever you have, IRAs, and then they try to coordinate everything, including estate planning and everything else, together in one package to give you a secure retirement. They can work with you at a very early age to get ready for retirement, or as you're approaching retirement. And they save you tons of money and time. 970-663-3211. 970-663-3211. They'll meet with you as many times as it takes for you to feel comfortable. rpcenter.com. That's rpcenter.com. All right, now, when you have old jewelry sitting in a drawer, it's doing you no good. If you have silver and platinum, gold, whatever it is, David Ellis will weigh it and pay it right on the spot. A name we've trusted for 40 years. A jeweler in Cherry Creek area, 3rd and Clayton. Look for the black awning there. That's 3rd and Clayton. And then give him a call. Now, if you have vintage or used jewelry, he'll buy that too with a fair price. 303-322-8779. That's 322-8779.
Let's try.
Tom, you doing all right?
Really hard.
Yeah, why?
I'm just checking on you.
Did I sound quiet today?
That last segment, you were a little quiet, and
Hey, make sure you go to Mike on the electrical
Yeah,
stuff.
I will.
He's
Hey,
up.
how much?
$13.99.
How much to get rid of somebody?
Wait, hold on.
Huh? What?
I'm just looking at some comments.
I
here.
was telling Shannon that Adam almost died yesterday.
Why?
Why?
Gonna kill him.
Oh, I was absolutely
Oh.
going to kill him.
Oh,
Over
okay.
what?
That I get.
Because he accidentally deleted or, whatever, the Goo Goo Dolls tickets that Brad White had set us up with off my phone.
You can just get
Because
them back.
he was doing maintenance on my phone. So I basically emailed Brad, and I'm like, all right, listen, I'm researching the most humane way to kill my husband.
Don't search that on your computer.
But I mean,
Yeah,
am I screwed
yeah.
or whatever? So he comes
Especially
up
if
during
anything ever
Dan
happens.
yesterday, and he taught me how to go on the app, and we retrieved them, but it was very close call.
I know how you feel. It was yesterday. I walked in and I saw this case of water
Oh, fucking A.
that was sitting under the desk in the office. And I said, why is there a case of water in here, Kelly? We have a case right over here. And you replied, what?
I said,
story.
funny story about that.
Funny story.
I didn't see it.
Okay.
So
I know
do you
how you
think-
feel. That's my
Yeah.
whole point.
Yes, Tom?
Do you really think that Biden did anything wrong by accepting phone calls from his son?
If you're not selling your seat, you're not working.
No, he wasn't selling anything. He was simply.
Well, yeah, he was. Yeah, his kid was selling access.
I can't believe you'd even say that, Thomas. That's crazy.
They
You must be trying to stimulate the conversation. You're basically giving Shannon the reach around in your verbal way.
Boy, as if poor Joe doesn't miss Bo enough. He's left with that bag of rocks. And I do mean smoke.
Well, he did say he knew nothing about the business dealings whatsoever.
Well, we know he knew nothing. I'm just saying that the kid was selling his dad's name. And I'd do it too. I'm not blaming them. I'm envious. Damn it.
And that wasn't cocaine in the White House.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that. All right, come on,
The
people.
most secure place on the planet, there happened to be no camera where the cocaine was.
At least Dad's recognizing the 7th grandchild.
Yeah, that is nice of him after some of the liberals said, hey, you got to love all your kids.
Yeah.
Even the ones you don't give any money to. You know
Well,
what they did to shut him up? They gave him one of Hunter's paintings.
Yep.
That's the most incredible...
For $5 million?
Stupid thing I've ever heard.
Technically,
To the
it was
girl.
2.
I would like to ask, when was the last time you were in Dallas? Because I think that was her name. That was her stage name. Her nom de plume. Nom de guerre.
What would if you were a male stripper, Tom, what would your name be?
Let's see.
Do you know the porn star thing where your first pet in the first street you
Let's
lived on?
wait for the YouTubies. They'll have something great for Tommy. Let's go ahead and do Mark as well.
Because mine would have been Sparky Marlowe.
Archie Mark.
Here we go.
It is.
iHeartRadio station.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Let's talk to Mike Robinson with Smith Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, Electric and Drains. And I want to ask him about replacing a panel. We don't know much about the panel. We know that, but we'd like to get various amperages, amp service. He had 24 breakers. Didn't he say that, Mark? 24 breakers?
Yep.
And he was charged $10,000 to replace a breaker panel. It's outside, by the way. I don't know if that matters. It's outside, not inside. And the whole panel was replaced with the breakers, and he was charged $10,000. So let's do what-if scenarios, Mike, on various prices from 50 amp to maybe 400 amp.
Okay, well, great question. If it was a straight panel change, meaning they added more slots for more breakers in there, a bigger bus, that would be pretty expensive. So if it's a 100 amp or even a 200 amp service and there just wasn't enough slots in there for additional breakers or to add other circuits, they may have upgraded the panel to include more bus spots.
So here's what I'm asking. So what you're saying is if they upgraded with more slots and more breakers, would they have to upgrade the amperage from, let's say, 50 to 100?
No. Well, I've never, I won't say never. It's been 20 years since I've seen less than 100 amp.
Okay, so let's say 100 amp change out, and then let's say upgrading to 200 amps. Let's just say that.
Right.
How much would a 100 amp change out be, approximately, adding a few more slots?
Well, going from 100 to 200, adding more spots, maybe a 30 or 40 breaker panel, we would be around 6,500, including permits and everything.
God, they were expensive. Okay, so
yeah, but don't forget. First of all, Smith they're great on pricing, and they are in a different market. Colorado Springs is a little different. Wouldn't you agree, Mike?
Yeah. There's definitely a premium in the Denver market for services that we provide up here in Colorado Springs, no question. So if they did it's probably not insanely out of the ballpark if they did a 100 to 200 amp service upgrade, as well as replace the panel and probably rebalanced it.
No, they did replace. I think they did replace the panel. He had a brand new panel.
You'd have to do if you were upgrading the service.
But I don't know if they upgraded the service. Let's say he had 100 amp and kept 100 amp.
He said he did not think they upgraded the service, but honestly, he didn't even know the amperage in his house.
So
who
let's
knows?
say he had, it's an older home, Mike. Let's say he had a 100 amp service. So, and just changed out the panel with new breakers, what would it cost?
Right. For just a panel upgrade, again, we're in the Colorado Springs market. We would be about $4,200.
But wouldn't you think even in Denver, 10 grand is a bit much?
I mean, that's pretty premium. I have to say.
And
that,
again, Mike is careful because he knows that if people agree to the price, it's kind of difficult to go back on people and say, hey, this is wrong. And I get you, Mike.
Yeah, but he's got that. I just need to point this out, though. That is what's great about his apples-to-apples guarantee. Even after the fact, you find the same exact stuff for less, he's going to match it. I mean, I like that.
Wow.
You know, we find that a lot. There are folks out there that do very good, high-quality work, and they charge a premium for it, and that's their business model. And I'm not going to say that they shouldn't do it, but I normally see that most quality contractors, guys who want to be in business and make a buck, but maybe don't want to make more than a double-digit profit. You for a straight panel change out, $4,000 to $5,000 is plenty.
Okay,
I mean,
thanks.
goodness, there can't be more than $1,400.
You know what? I'd like to ask Deputy Doc. Thank you, Mike Robinson. By the way, Smith Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, Electric, 719. They're in the spring. 719-392-4269. I think they come as far as Monument and Castle Rock. Mark up. Okay, so. Anyway, great. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Now, listen, Deputy Doc, I would like to assign this to and have Deputy Doc call AAA and say, look, if you have a price guarantee, what will you honor that if we go out and get another price on this? Because 10 grand sounds a bit much. Fred, it does sound a bit much. I'm not saying they did anything illegal, but it's a bit much. Now, Joan, here's the deal. We looked at your release, Freedom Forever Solar. And I have to tell you this. It sounds unreasonable to me that they want to pay you for the roof damage and be on their way, and you release them from all claims when the system itself does not work. So they have not addressed that issue. They have to be the suckiest solar company I have ever heard of in my life. Now, does that 11 grand, Joan, when you got an estimate, that 11 grand, did that include fixing the solar system or just the roof?
Just replacing the roof.
Okay. Mark, I don't know what to do with this, but Freedom Forever sucks,
You
man.
know, here's my favorite part about this settlement agreement. Paragraph 2, installation of the system was completed on or around October 15th. 2021. They're actually having her agree to it was done.
Well, I wouldn't sign it,
wonderful.
Joan, and you may have to go to court. You may have to go to court. We're going to call Freedom. I want to put Marty back on this to ask them what the hell they're doing and why do they expect her to agree to a settlement with a non-working system?
They're going to withhold taxes from the
Marty?
payment of 24%.
Wait, what am I doing?
All right. I want to give this to Smarty, and here's the thing. What I'd like Smarty to ask him is straight up, what are you going to do about the non-working solar system? Okay about the roof, but what about the system that never worked to begin with?
You know, they're also, listen to this, B, terms and conditions, B,
Hey, Joan,
they're going to withhold 24% of the $11,000 as if she was a W-9 employee. Tell me that's not insane.
Yeah, and not only withhold it, are they actually going to pay it, though? That's the thing.
They probably wouldn't.
They're just withholding it.
It's crazy. They're going to take, if they do pay it, they'll take the write-off. Someone said Fixa doesn't have that price guarantee anymore. I'm looking on their website.
Mark, do you see this on Fox? Good news. New York City cracking down on plastic utensils.
Are you kidding me?
Not shoplifting.
Bans.
So what the hell are you going to eat with when you go to wherever the fuck you eat?
When you're stepping over bodies on the sidewalk, what are you going to use?
God.
Mark hates
Do it
paper
again.
straws. He hates them.
Yeah.
Do you have any lawyers you know in Grand Junction or Montrose? Because this is what she's asking.
Who's asking?
Joan?
Joan.
Is she in that area?
Yes.
Oh.
I don't know of any attorneys out there. No. I mean,
where?
In the West Slope.
Oh, God.
Grand Junction.
We saw a million billboards. Actually, Frank Azar's out there. I remember seeing
No,
that.
that's for personal injury. We're talking about suing the solar company.
She did kind of get rear-ended on this deal.
It's crazy. That solar company.
She's kind of upset.
Oh.
What is she upset about?
Well, I think she's upset that she needs to sue somebody, but she doesn't really know the steps to
She
do
doesn't
it.
even have money to sue him. I don't even think it's
Yeah,
relevant.
but it would be cheaper for her to hire ProBid Energy to go fix it.
Actually, she'd be cheaper just letting them sit there and pay her payment on it for the rest of the fucking life.
Okay.
How's that?
Wow.
You know,
They
we
pay
got
it
to
every
call.
month
We
right now.
we have to call the escalation expert. I swear to God, Jennifer, Kachina, call Jennifer Byrne. She's the escalation specialist at Forever Freedom, and ask her how they expect her, when she never had a working solar system, to simply take a check for roof repairs. Really? And I have the number. Do you have the number for her?
I will get it from Joan.
It's 951-252-6060.
AG, I can't believe you said that, man.
What?
He wants to get rid of plastic. I'm sitting here in this studio. Everything from the
Jennifer
keyboard, the
Byrne?
countertops, the monitor,
Oh,
the
you can't
microphone,
get plastic, for God's
everything in
sakes.
this entire room. My chair is plastic, dude. The remote control, the
Is there a
tape holder,
YouTuber that hates
every
plastic?
fucking thing in here is plastic. You can't get rid of plastic.
I bet you got something in the nightstand made out of plastic you can't part with.
I'm telling you, everything's plastic.
Even dildos.
Everything is fucking plastic.
That bad
How do you
old
get, and
oil.
why do they pick on the bags of all things? How come I can still get vegetable bags that are plastic?
There are
It
about
was nice
8
being
problems.
out of the fucking state and actually having plastic.
It's surreal.
Get
Just
rid
like
of
them going
plastic.
after
What the
Twitter.
fuck would we have? You can't even make a car without plastic. There is not one car that does not have plastic in it. At least that was made before 1930.
I think about 8 Africans die for every Tesla that's made. Sorry, guys. I know you like them.
I mean, it's crazy. And I bet one car has more plastic in it than 8 million fucking grocery bags.
You know, Freedom Forever Solar is going on the Sleaze Brigade. Absolutely. Absolutely, Sleaze Brigade. They are the worst.
Mark, I'm saving time. I'm just going to go ahead and get a straw that's made out of tortoiseshell.
God, I can't even stand that shit. Cigarette butts. I just Googled shit with the most plastic. Food wrappers, plastic bottles, bottle caps. Yeah, what are you going to do for any bottle?
And drink out of a garden hose. Like a
Shampoo. I mean, what are we going to go back to? Ketchup you can't fucking squeeze? What are we going to do here? What are we in, the 18th century?
Stripper names for Mark and Tom. Magnetic Mark and Marvelous Martino. Ha ha, Neil.
Tiny Tom.
Suze?
Hey.
Dane called yesterday during Dan.
Okay, listen to this,
that
Shannon.
Man. What did he say?
Plastic
didn't
makes
accept
up
the
more
call.
than
It was
50% of a modern car.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
50%.
The blocking isn't working, I don't think, anymore.
Well, if he gets through, yeah. Well, let us know if it happens again. One
Who was
time
it?
doesn't concern me, but if it keeps
prison
happening,
friend.
It was right before I was going to kill Adam. So
Oh.
that would have been like right at the 4 o'clock hour.
yeah. Your husband's the nicest guy. I can't imagine wanting to
Well,
kill
and in
him.
his defense, he looked at something that said Goo Goo Dolls, and he's like, well, they can't be a band anymore, and he deleted it. Right?
Non-existent.
Or are they still together?
Shannon, I will kill you.
You know what? It wouldn't be
He
the
welcomes
worst
it.
thing to happen.
All right, Joan, I've
Hey,
got your
Tommy,
number.
be sure to go to Jordan.
All right.
Plastic absorbs 4 to 5 times the amount of energy metal does, so it makes cars extremely more safe. So this guy on YouTube wants our vehicles to be unsafe. That's what I'm
Which
hearing.
guy is it?
Do you know
AG.
every material we use has an expense for the environment. So here's the deal.
It's like the lesser of evils.
Do progressives basically want us to live in the cave?
Yep.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255 this hour, brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Get your market valuation of what your home will sell for in this market based on the neighborhood, the size, the supply and demand, the interest rates, everything. He does a complete analysis free of charge, and you'll never do better if you want a list. That's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. And we have Jordan Ciano with us from mymoneymyway.com. We were talking about people and savings and when you should invest. And I said, as everyone mainly agrees, first you have to crack your nut or pay your bills. Once you pay your bills, you have to then worry about an emergency fund that you don't touch. You just have it there. And then what you would do is then have discretionary money to look forward to retirement or savings or both or whatever, depending on what you have. And the only way to improve your lot really would be to increase income or reduce expenses. That's it. So if your nut's too big to crack, you got to reduce your expenses or you have to increase your income. There is no secret. So Jordan, I imagine you don't hear from people that don't have enough money to invest because the entire of what you do, the entire purpose is for you to use discretionary money to help them develop a retirement plan for future income at mymoneymyway.com. Is that basically it? I mean, if people don't have enough money to live, or do you said you had a plan sometimes. I remember you said there are sometimes people can actually use the plan to pay off debt and then invest.
Right.
Well, explain that.
Yeah, so we keep it very simple here. We have two plans. We just keep financial planning simple. Two plans. One is what you're talking about, which is really for discretionary income for future. Whether they have 401ks, IRAs, or money in the stock market, that's our guaranteed pension account, and that'll help protect money from any losses. Anytime the market's up, you get the gains. Anytime the market's down, you don't lose money with that account.
Okay, so that's plan one, guaranteed pension. What's plan two?
You got it. Plan two is the Become the Banker life insurance account. That's the one that you love as well that we've talked about for years.
Right.
And that's what we're talking about, helping people get out of debt. That's helping people pay off any credit cards, mortgages down the road, of course. But, credit cards, vehicle loans, that kind of stuff that you can help build money up away from the banks, earn some guaranteed interest, close to about 5% interest, tax-free, and use that money to self-leverage to pay off those debts, self-finance, and so on and so forth.
So you use that money as you build up a cash value on that life insurance. You use that money to pay off debt you borrow from yourself. And instead of then paying credit card bills every month, you pay yourself every month.
You got it. You snowball debt with yourself so you make the money instead of the banks.
And then once that debt's paid off and you paid back the loan to your life insurance, you have that money for future bills.
You got it, and that's part of.
And you keep a revolving line of credit with you being the banker.
You got it. Tax-free revolving credit that you can just use whenever you want and not have to worry about the bank knocking on your door saying
You personally did it.
I personally done it numerous times. When I first got started with this when I was 16, I purchased my first vehicle doing this, and that's why I love this. I'm so passionate about it. So anybody can do that plan, really, as long as they have some, I'd say still some discretionary funds. I'd say the bare minimum, you got to have at least maybe $300, $400 a month to at least put money aside to help build some cash somewhere. That'd be on that plan. The pension plan, that's a little different, of course. That's like you're mentioning. People need to have discretionary income for that.
And we'll talk about that. That's mymoneymyway.com, 303-779-6600. Rick, you have a roofing issue. What's going on with you, Rick? And our number is open. We have some lines open, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Of course, you can call 303-MARTINO 24/7 and leave messages. We'll get back to you. What's going on, Rick?
Well, long story short, had hail and wind damage, filed an insurance claim, got the roofer out there. We're into the public adjuster
Now, first,
phase.
hold on. First, you had an adjuster come out, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And the roofer.
And then you had the roofer come out.
And they met with the adjuster.
Yeah, I don't recommend that. But then what happened?
Okay, well, long story short is they gave us some cheapo thing. Ultimately, we got a public adjuster.
Okay, and I want people listening to hear what he just said. He had the adjuster come out first, then the roofer. That's the wrong way to do it. First, you have a roofer come out that will commit themselves to what you need in writing and not want to meet with the adjuster. And then you have the adjuster come out, and then you can tell if the adjuster is being straight with you or not because the roofer is working for you. If the adjuster goes out first, then meets with the roofer, the adjuster takes control and tells the roofer what you need. And a lot of roofers just want to get the job, so they agree with the adjuster to get the job. They don't fight for you. So now Rick had to get a public adjuster. And what a public adjuster does is fights with your insurance to make sure you have a legit, that you're getting enough money to cover all your damage. So what public adjuster did you hire?
His name is Eric Mazlak.
Okay, where'd you find him?
Actually, I was referred to him by the roofer, or the company.
Another bad decision.
Well, we've got roofers that, tell...
I'm just saying it's better if you go and shop for a public adjuster yourself.
Sure,
and even if a roofer recommends one, you should still go out and shop, and then you can use that recommendation to shop against. But okay, I'm just telling people what I believe you should do. I believe you should go to...
How much more dough did you get, Rick?
Yeah, so what did the public adjuster do?
Well, this is where the fun starts. Roof damage is, they say it's so many squares that you got to replace
it.
The city of Littleton says that even the estimate by the insurance company is more damage than the city of Littleton says you got to replace it at.
I don't understand I had no idea what you're saying.
Well, they said the damage is, say, 1.25 squares or something like that.
Who said this?
That's the estimate from the insurance company.
Okay, what does the city have to do with estimating your damage?
Oh, listen to what I'm finishing before you start over me.
Go ahead.
The city of Littleton says that if the damage is over 1.1 square, you have to replace the roof. Okay?
They actually, wait a minute, they actually have a law that says if you have more than 1.5 squares of damage, you have to replace the whole roof?
On something like that, okay?
Mark, have you ever heard... Okay, Rick, this is fine. I understand what you're saying. I'm sorry I didn't understand you.
I think we asked Jay. Jay is going to be the one that knows this.
I have never, ever, ever heard of a law that demands...
It could be some kind of code, but I've never heard of it either. Let's ask Jay.
Okay, so keep going, Rick. Then what?
It's city code that says that.
Okay.
Okay, well, problem two for the day is it's a shake roof, which is going to be very expensive to replace.
Well, you shouldn't replace it.
Correct.
Yeah, but going back to Tom's point on picking your own public adjuster, this is what your public adjuster should be doing.
Correct. Everything's working fine.
Okay.
The city of Littleton is not allowing shake roofs on new build.
That's really good.
So, okay. Now I'm in the point of, well, is the city of Littleton going to allow me to replace?
I hope not. I hope not. It would be a bad option for you.
Which couples up with the city of Littleton. I want to put in a different roof. Okay, I want to go with a different roof.
And you should,
So
and your insurance should pay.
If he's got code upgrade.
I have everything. I've got full replacement
And that has
value.
nothing to do with code. It has to do with style and shape. And if it's like material, he can change. And it has nothing to do with code. It has to do with price. I mean, code upgrade is for code. Shake meets code.
No, he's saying that in Littleton, according to him, new builds cannot have shake.
Okay, if it's against building code and he has code upgrade, that would be a code issue. However, with replacements, sometimes they allow you to go with like. I don't know what they're saying, but here's all I'm saying. Whether code or not, if you want to change roofing materials, you can. Mark did. You can. You can change roofing materials. It's not a big deal. So where are we right now, Rick?
Well, let me finish. So they got two things going. One is the insurance company obviously doesn't want to pay to re-roof it, and they don't want to pay the value of the re-roof.
Who's your insurance company?
Well, it's nationwide. Okay. So now we've got the issue of the public. They won't talk to the public adjuster either now.
Who won't?
I mean, the insurance company is saying they don't. They're not even responding to the insurance. They don't want to deal with the public adjuster, no matter what they found.
Well, so what is your public adjuster going to take it to the next level?
Well, that's where I'm at right now. I'm at the point where I might have to go to a bad faith attorney.
That's right.
All right. So the question is, bad faith attorneys.
They always get more money than you'll get on your own. The bad faith attorneys, if they are truly turning down a legit claim, you'll get treble damages plus attorney's fees. And there are Daly and Black would be the one I'd go to. DALY and Black. We don't have anyone. They used to be on the referral list. I don't know if they still are, but I don't. Even if they're not, I don't have anyone I would recommend other than them.
Okay, well, that's one of the questions I was going to ask you.
Okay, it's dalyblack.com, D-A-L-Y, Black, B-L-A-C-K, one word, well, it's two names, but together, dalyblack.com, and I'm telling you, they scare the living hell out of insurance, but they have to determine, and they'll do it too, and they'll talk to your public adjuster. But your public adjuster should be doing all this for you. They should have an attorney they recommend. They should tell you what the steps are. What good is this public adjuster? That's what I want to know. What good is he?
At this point, it's only been like a couple weeks or a week or so where they said he hasn't got any response from the insurance.
So what was he going to do?
Well, that was where I'm at now because I'm going to talk to him about this.
Has he invoked the appraisal clause at all? They've already admitted. Basically, I don't understand where your insurance company's coming from. They already admit there's damage there. Now you're just arguing over price, and that's what the appraisal clause.
No, Mark. He said they're fighting the whole claim, and they're ghosting them.
Are they saying there's zero damage, or they're saying there's not enough damage to do anything?
No, they already did their estimate of so many such and such. Send me some money to replace some shingles.
Hold
That's
on,
really what they
Rick. It doesn't matter if they don't pay the whole claim. That's as bad faith as not paying any of it, okay? So if they're not paying the full amount of a legitimate claim, it's bad faith.
It sounds like I got a good start on a bad faith.
I think before you even sue them, though, and Black will probably be able to tell you this, you still have to go through the appraisal part of this. You've got to write them a letter invoking that clause in there, and then basically they have to write back to you why they're not doing it.
The appraisal process, what Mark is saying, is built into your policy, and it's cheap because all you have to do is have your public adjuster meet with them, and that's your expert meets with their expert, which is the adjuster, and if they can't work it out, then you sue. And even if they do offer you more at that point, if it's still not enough, you can sue. It's not binding on you.
Okay, correct. Well, with that in mind, do I need a quote replacement cost estimate from a certified roofer? How's that sound?
Well, of course you do. You need an expert like your
God,
public adjuster.
Your public adjuster should be doing all this.
Yeah, Rick, it seems to me like this public adjuster isn't giving you information. You shouldn't even be
so damn busy. You're so far on the back burner. That's probably more like it.
That's part of it. But the adjuster's already got an estimate made out. He's actually had an engineer come out and certify that the roof needs to be replaced.
Good.
All that's been done.
Good.
What I'm just looking is
now you got to get cost. Yes, you have to have some kind of cost because you have to know what they're refusing to pay.
On in a second, Jay Bretz can get you a cost. Then you have to invoke the appraisal clause, and then you'll go meet with them, and you got to do that certain ways. You got to see how your policy does it. Your public adjuster should be able to tell you that. Then you're going to meet. You're either going to come to a conclusion at that point, or you're going to sue them.
Right, and it's going to be bad faith, and you're going to go to a good attorney. I have to take this break. I can't be going over and over and over on it. Waterpros.net, the whole house water system for softening, for better cleaning, better laundry, better health, better skin. Under $2,000 fully installed. You'll never get these prices with a plumbing or a firm that does everything. These guys specialize in high quality, low cost water systems. 303-862-5554. PaulTheWaterman.com.
Quick to Fuller.
Advanced mud jacking.
Just 60, not a 120.
Sand and cement mud jacking. I'm Brian. Let's fix that drainage, support your concrete, and remove those trip hazards. Advanced mud jacking. 303-424-9441. AdvancedMudjacking@yahoo.com.
Hey, if you are injured in an automobile accident, motorcycle, traffic accident of any kind, big rig, pedestrian, on your bicycle, and you need the help of an expert, here's some great news. You're going to get free legal advice, and you're going to talk to the attorney who will handle your case. No other firm promises or delivers on that. John Fuller will personally talk to you when you call. Go over your case, give you advice. If you decide it's a good fit, he works on a contingency fee basis, on a small percentage fee basis, and then when he takes your case, you'll get his cell phone number where you can text and call anytime. It's the truth. He has pledged to take only the number of cases that he can work personally. MyAccidentLawyer.co. MyAccidentLawyer.co. 303-597-4500.
Thank you. I believe Jay is joining us on the phone.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, man. Where are you, Jay? You didn't go meet Henry yet, did you?
I am jumping on an airplane to Dubai this Friday, so I don't know who's going to answer all your roof questions.
Ooh, that'll be cool, man.
When
Wouldn't
are you on
Henry
the show?
answer him?
When are you on the show?
Henry could answer him, yeah. What's that, Tom?
When are you on the show, tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yep.
Yeah,
Going into the
I'm going to
studio?
be going to the studio.
Okay, I'll go to the studio then, too, also. That sounds like a good plan. This guy is doing everything right, and Mark's giving him good advice. I don't understand.
What about Tom? Is Tom giving him good advice?
Marginal.
Tom is giving him damn good advice.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait.
Thank you.
If we had to measure this advice
Thank
in a
you.
better way.
Hey, be respectful to your elders.
Oh, my God.
You're my elder's elder.
Yeah.
No
So
kidding.
the thing I didn't catch, though, how much is this guy's insurance company offering to pay him in the beginning? And
I don't know.
For a couple square or a square and a quarter or something.
Yeah, you're
Hey,
right, Mark.
have you ever heard? I don't want to rehearse it. Never mind. I'll ask you on the air about
Jay was saying something important. Start it all over, Jay.
You're right, Mark. I know you've never heard that at home before.
No.
But,
Sorry that didn't last very long. You're right, Mark.
Hey, listen, man.
The public adjuster, right? The public adjuster's not doing his job. He should be guiding this guy through this entire process.
No, absolutely. And once they acknowledge there is some damage and they agree to that, that leaves the whole thing wide open. And they have to go to appraisal if these guys are digging their heels in. But Jay, you missed one of the big parts of the question. He's got a shake roof in Littleton, and he's saying,
I don't want to rehearse it, man. If it's okay with you,
yeah, okay.
I mean, but
let's talk about how many times Mark has been right in his life.
Oh my God! How about just today, Jay?
Can we
Today,
just talk
probably
about
75?
Right. We need to get Suzanne's opinion on this one.
I'm here.
I don't
She
see a lawn.
yes.
Is lawn this guy? I don't see a lawn for a moving company here. That I'm looking at every call I have. I see no lawn and moving problems. So who is lawn?
I don't even see what the freak you're talking about.
I don't see the lawn
on the
moving
call
issue.
screener.
For follow up with Marty.
Yeah, never heard of
I
lawn.
wonder if
So when did the call come in? Because I have no lawn.
it might be is it a Don, or maybe they used an alias? Kelly, where's Kelly?
She's emptying her thumb-sized bladder for the 15th time today.
I'll find out from Kelly. Tom,
or find out from Smarty who we're talking about, or something that will help me track down the call. The name of the moving company. I have no lawn.
Do you have everything like on Post-its or something, Tom? Or
like all around the room?
Yeah. It's like a beautiful mind sort of deal. Right.
What's the name of the movers?
When did that call come in?
Okay, I see it now. I see it.
Came in this morning.
Paragon Moving. I just found it. Paragon Moving.
How'd you find it?
I kept searching. There were 58.
It's for Paragon Moving.
Right, got it.
Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Troubleshooter Show. How can I help you?
See, there's no way to search just lawn, so any part of words that have lawn, whatever. So I had 58 results to go through.
Did you have lawn care?
Like if there was a Lonnie, lawn would come up. If there was a long.
All right, Jay,
lawn,
Hey, Dubai's going to be a trip, brother.
What's that? Oh, Dubai.
Jay, are you still there?
That would be a fun trip.
I am.
All right.
Yes.
Here we go.
Hey, listen, they love if you don't wear masks and drink heavily in the streets.
I'm Tom Martino. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I want to talk to Jay Brett's Excel Roofing on one question first. Have you ever heard of ordinances or codes that say if a certain number of square are damaged, you have to replace the entire roof? Have you ever heard of that?
Yes, it's pretty common. And different municipalities, it'll be 3 squares, 5 squares, which is 3
Okay,
to 500
fine.
square
Okay,
feet.
got it. So, Rick, in your case, you're saying you have, according to your roofer, enough squares to where the city says it must be replaced, right?
Correct.
Okay. And even though the city says it must be replaced, your insurance company is saying you don't have that many squares damaged. Or are they saying you do have that many squares and we're only going to fix that many squares?
Well, originally their estimate of how much is damaged is more than the city's minimum. However, they only sent on their first offer enough to replace so many shingles and all that good stuff.
And did they, on their initial, have they ever gone up from their initial estimate?
No.
Okay.
No.
And on their original estimate for repair or offer to settle with you, are they proposing that you keep shake roof?
No, they never did.
They never did what?
They never said I had to go to asphalt shingles or anything like
So
that.
what is the insurance company, the money that they're offering you, is it enough to replace the damaged shingles with shake? I'm not asking if you want to or if you should or if the city would let you. I'm simply asking, did they show in their bid or in their estimate that it was enough to replace the damaged wood shakes?
Yeah, it's enough to do or fix or replace the shingles that they estimated needed replaced.
See, that's going to be their argument. Their argument's going to be it's not bad faith because they're willing to fix what's broken. Your argument's going to be the city requires replacement at this point, and you're refusing to pay
They wouldn't even allow the permit to be pulled to repair that amount.
How do you know?
Well, because their code says it's got to be replaced. Why would they?
I know it's getting to be a real.
Jay, what do you think?
I don't know specifically how many squares Littleton will allow you to repair before a full replacement is necessary.
But what if they don't allow shakes on the new builds? Would they let you repair a shake roof, Jay? Have you ever gone to replace a shake roof?
Yes, we've replaced many shake roofs. It's not most residential houses. They're going to switch it to another type of material just because of insurance. It's so expensive to insure a shake roof. But the city of Littleton will not mandate that he's not allowed to have a shake roof like the city of Boulder would. Boulder will not let you have a shake roof.
Okay,
So
but that city, if
back.
you can replace what you have.
Yes, he could. It's very uncommon, but he could.
Okay.
And that cost a lot more than asphalt?
Oh, yeah.
So what I would do, you've got to get past your first thing, but I'd make them cut you a check for the replacement of the shake roof. Then you determine whatever the hell you want to put on there.
Yeah, but hold on, Mark. What if they're not going to replace the shake roof? They were only going to repair it.
Yeah, I know that, but if he had the right public adjuster and his information is correct and he brings it to the appraisal clause, I don't see how they can get out of it.
Neither do I. Well, we gave him enough recommendations. Thanks, Rick. Jay Bretsch, thank you. Excel Roofing, 303-761-6400. We have more coming up.
Very nice.
Now, Mark would have dragged this out for
This
like
hour
another
from the Trajan
15
Wealth
minutes.
K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trust.
You know he would.
Advisors, TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
I mean, would you rather me be honest or patronize? Yeah.
Found a crash in the left lane at Morrison.
You're right, Tom.
Back from Alameda Parkway. About 10 minutes of delayed driving through the Morrison area. Heading to the north end of town, Colorado Boulevard, we've got a crash at 112th affecting both north and southbound traffic. Into downtown, I-25 southbound, normal slowdowns between I-70 and Spear Boulevard. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies out there. We are expecting a 60% chance of scattered thunderstorms, a trend that continues throughout the rest of the week. Still a warm at 1 out there with a high of 86. The current temperature is 77 degrees with your impact traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Since 2010, Blindster has sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters to satisfied customers across the country with 20,000 5-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Custom blinds at low prices and free shipping. Blindster.com.
Harris Family Law, they do every Wednesday a webinar on a topic relating to family law. It's free, and you can sign on by simply going to their website, and I'll give you that in a second here. But here's the real deal. Not only do you get the live webinar, you can go to any past webinar on any topic and learn a whole bunch about family law before you even file, before you even make an appointment with Harris Family Law. And it's all free information. Now, if you want to call them, you can, 303-515-5000, or watch the webinars. That's harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars.
Thank you, sir.
How much time do I have?
Like 4 minutes.
Thank you.
I cannot remember that joke to save my life.
Right.
You must, God, you know every joke in the world,
I don't know
bro.
jokes. I'm just funny. But you and I had talked about that before. There
I
was
know,
some
you
news
guys-
story.
Disgusting talking about it.
We're not talking about it. Do you hear us not talking about it?
We're not talking about it.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
We are.
That's the problem. What was it? It was a
thought
damn
that there
funny
was
joke.
I thought there was some new STD or something in the news.
Yeah.
And you and I were saying that. Monkeypox.
It was monkeypox.
You know,
it was, and now I remember the joke.
If your bleep smells like bleep, you might have monkeypox.
What's the first sign that you have monkeypox?
You're welcome.
I'm not saying it, but you just nailed it.
Well,
my God, it's still
That was my
funny.
joke. That was what I told you when monkeypox came out.
It's like I heard it for the first time again. That's the best.
It does kind of make you warm, doesn't it?
It's the best. How do you tell the first sign you have monkeypox?
Yeah. Oh crap.
Oh.
Okay, how this is shame.
That's a funny joke, isn't
You
it?
got it, brother.
You know the punchline, Scott, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that fucking funny?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. You know, I'm shocked a good comedian hasn't said that.
I bet they have. Don't listen. I'm just doing something off air here.
Polensky asked, was she?
There's actually a little bit of scientific evidence that backs this entire claim, which is crazy. From Yale Medicine, of all people. Oh, fuck. I'm going to be laughing at that all day, man.
Good deal. That means it's working.
God.
They keep coming back?
You know, it's not even called monkeypox anymore.
What is it?
Mpox.
Oh, they take...
I guess all the gorillas got together and were pissed. All the monkeys.
Where?
All the monkeys had a class action. Yeah. The disease or virus known as monkeypox is no longer monkeypox.
You're kidding me, right?
No, I'm not kidding you.
They got rid of the word. I can't say the word now. They got rid of it.
You know one of the first signs you have it, Tom?
Don't say it. Here
What?
we go. Coming back right now.
You want to eat bananas?
630 K.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Listen, we got to follow up with Smarty Marty, but first, Smarty, if you can hang on a couple seconds. I can't believe that John is calling in about guess who. I mean, I can't believe that this company has a complaint.
I can.
Champion Windows. People, it breaks my heart.
When you were gone a week or two ago, whenever it was, there was one day we took 3 new calls on Champion. One day.
Champion is the worst company that you can use for home improvements. And they, at one time, were one of the best. Is that it's the most heartbreaking thing I have ever seen happen to a company. And that just shows you that corporate consolidation with private equity doesn't always improve companies.
I agree with your opinion on them more than any other bad business we've dealt with. These guys don't seem to do anything. Period. End
They
of
don't
story.
care. They don't care about anyone. They don't care about anything. They say they do. They talk a good game, but they suck. Their products have gone downhill. Their service has gone downhill. Their warranty work has gone downhill. Everything about the company sucks. They were taken over by Great Day, which should be called Armageddon Day. And so Armageddon now runs Champion. And John, tell us your problem.
Hi, Tom. On March 9th, we had a flash flood come through Milliken, Colorado, and it filled up, or it poured into our basement window wells. We did not have drains in our window wells, and one of the windows blew into the house.
Well, hold on a second. Is this a Champion window that it happened to?
Yes. We had our windows replaced 2 years ago.
Well, that's what we need to start with, John. So you had Champion windows installed 2 years ago?
Yes.
And what did they do wrong? I mean, I don't mind calling fire down when it's due, but what did Champion windows do wrong?
The basement windows that have failed on us, one of them was screwed into drywall. They were not anchored into cement properly.
But was it still an act of God? Was this a big storm?
It was, yes.
Wouldn't insurance cover this? I'm just curious.
No, we called our insurance,
Flood.
which we have USAA. They said we do not have flood insurance.
Yeah.
Okay, but John, I want to know this then. The Champion windows that failed were in the basement window well?
Yes.
Did you say there was or was not a window well?
There are two window wells, but there were no drains on the first drain. We've had our basement...
Listen, John, they're not responsible for your window well. They're simply responsible... Mark, can you take this? I got to take this call.
Yeah, I'm kind of struggling with this one. My opinion of Champion is they suck, but when you have an act of God and your insurance company is even acknowledging it, they're saying you don't have coverage because you don't have flood coverage, but they're saying if you did have flood coverage, I would assume they'd be paying for it. I have a hard time extracting this entire situation, John, to Champion. So give me some more information.
We've had two Champion installers come out and tell us the person that installed ours installed two windows improperly.
Okay.
He did not seal the windows.
But John, and this is where I want a logical answer, and I'll let you talk. So if they were installed properly and they did have caulking or sealing or sealant, whatever these guys are telling you, are you saying during the storm, this high wind storm, this no way would have happened?
No, I'm not. First of all, let me state, I'm not saying that Champion is 100% to blame.
Okay.
All I'm saying is they have some liability in this.
Well, and I guess that's where we might differ on opinions, because I don't know. I simply don't know if they do or not. I want to ask you this, though. When your insurance company said it was because of flooding, are they saying the water pressure from outside is what actually pushed the window into the basement?
They have never come out to even talk to me. This was a phone call I made to them, and they said I was not covered because of water damage.
What kind of storm was it?
Flooding. It was heavy rain.
Was there a lot of wind? Here's what I'm trying to find out. Do you think the wind blew the window, or do you think the water pressure? What do you think?
Water pressure.
So you think it is a flood situation. So you have talked to Champion. Someone there acknowledged that they weren't installed right, according to you. So what did they suggest you do? What have you done?
We have spent $13,649 to have two drains put in the window wells. After we did that, we had another rain that filled up, or not filled up, but put a lot of water in there, and the pump couldn't keep up, and the second window failed around the edges.
Okay, you're up.
But
So how did they justify? Okay, when you called them and said you didn't install the windows correctly, what did they say?
They have not. They sent somebody out, and he reinstalled one window. When the second window failed,
wait. What do you mean? They didn't both fail at the same time?
No, they did not. Two different storms.
Okay. Mark, what do you think?
Well, I'm curious what Champion said at this point. You said someone from Champion said because you anchored, their people anchored them in improperly. What was their fix? What did they suggest you do after they told you that?
Nothing. They have not said anything. I have been dealing with a dispatcher named Kenny.
I honestly, look, John, I think Champion is, in my opinion, the worst window door company that I have heard of in a long time.
That's right.
We get calls every week, but in this case, man, you had two different massive storms that flooded window wells. Then the pressure of the water pushed the windows in. I understand the whole anchoring part, but even if they didn't anchor it right, and listen to this part, John, even if they didn't anchor it right, it really wouldn't have mattered if you had flood insurance. The insurance would have covered it.
That's true, Mark. That's true. But here's the deal. Here's what I want to know. Had they been anchored properly?
How would you ever know the answer to that?
Well, I'm asking if he asked any builders. Had they been anchored properly, would they have withstood that pressure of the water? My issue here is even though I think Champion did a lousy job, and you better have them check. Did you have your other windows checked?
No,
I mean, is it possible?
He had a second storm after the first one, and the second one failed.
I got that one. I'm talking about not his window well windows, his other windows. Were they screwed into drywall?
No, but we have one of them that is bowing out from being too much caulking put around, and they have yet to say anything about this.
What are you talking about, too much caulking? What does that mean?
Probably too much filler.
Too much filler, too much foam insulation, whatever it is they put around it.
That wouldn't bow a window. I'll tell you what would bow the window is improper measurement. They jammed it in.
It's not. No, that's a possibility.
Well, because the foam's not strong enough to bow a window. They put the foam in after the fact.
They put the window in, and then they put foam around it.
Yeah, and that foam's not strong enough to bow out a window. I mean, what happened was they jammed the window into place, in my opinion. But, hey, listen, who cares if it's bowing? Are they going to address that issue?
No. I have heard nothing from them. They had a supervisor come out and take pictures, said he was not to say anything to us, but he was to make a report. We've never heard back.
Did you get his name or number?
I do have his name and number, yes.
Let's call him.
Let's have, you know what, Scott, you want to make that call during the break?
Yeah, I mean, listen, what are we going to do on the bigger picture about Champion? We just have to warn people every day how much they suck.
Yeah,
people,
it's something, man.
God almighty, I mean, how bad can you be as a company? I mean, we got one or two calls and thought, okay, it just might be one or two calls. We're getting flooded with complaints from Champion. I think we need, Mark, I'm thinking we need to put them on the Sleaze Brigade. I swear to God, I'm thinking.
I think that's a great idea,
No,
honestly.
I mean, they are a terrible company.
Well, hang on, guys. So on Friday, we did have Justin. He is working with Marty on some of the Champion Windows issues.
You know what?
He
okay,
was
hold
holding.
on. But this guy, Justin, hold on. Don't give the wrong impression. This guy, Justin, is nothing more than a salesperson. And he, okay, I like the guy because he wants to help, but he has no power. He has nothing. He's a salesperson who wants to help what? Do what? Is he getting the warranty work done? Marty, is he getting warranty work done? I got to take a break. We'll come back and talk about it. Please, people, I'm telling you, avoid Champion at all costs.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm.
Some new slowdowns up on the northeast end of town through Commerce City, I-270 westbound after Quebec Street. We've got a crash off on the right lane involving multiple vehicles and a rollover. Looks like most of the drama has been moved over to the right shoulder. We're still seeing slow traffic back from I-70, a couple minutes of delays through the northeast end of town. Otherwise, a pretty standard drive throughout the Denver Metro. No complaints, I-25 at north and southbound. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies out there. We are expecting scattered thunderstorms throughout the Metro and foothills with a high of 86 degrees this afternoon. Looks like scattered thunderstorms all throughout the rest of the week. The current temperature in Denver is 81 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Big savings on better sleep are happening. It's Black Friday now at Mattress Firm. Save up to $500 on select mattresses from Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy. See a Mattress Firm sleep expert today to find your perfect bed with a low price guarantee.
You know, we're just talking about these window wells that caved in. The guy's going to have water damage, drywall damage, possibly mold, whatever. And if it's an older house, possibly asbestos to deal with. Whatever it is, American Restoration is the kind of company you call in a situation like this, or a fire, or some kind of sewer backup, or whatever it is that damages your property. You need a restoration company, even unattended death. Or maybe you have a rental that had a meth lab in it, or a marijuana grow. Whatever it is, you need to get the stuff out. You need American Restoration. They mitigate damages immediately. They get rid of dangerous substances. They help restore your property, and they can rebuild it to the extent you want. They work with your insurance company. Don't ever let a bad company in the house. Don't let your insurance pick the company unless they pick American Restoration 24/7. Call them 8337-AMREST. All the EPA certifications, knowledge, and know-how to get the job done right. AMREST247.com, 8337-AMREST.
Q. 4 minutes again.
Sent a snail mail, Tom.
Yeah.
What?
A cutout from the Denver Post with their pricing. So this is their paper with their home delivery service. How much do you think the daily paper, including Saturday and Sunday, costs per year?
How much?
Over $100.
Over $100. $1,872.
My neighbor gets it. Sometimes it gets thrown in our yards.
It's
Do you
amazing.
think there is anyone crazy enough that would actually buy that?
$1,872.
My neighbor.
Well, your people. You people down there.
Now listen to this. Recovery deadline times for missing, wet, or damaged newspaper. So if your newspaper doesn't show up, the only time you can call and complain is between 6:30 a.m. and 9 a.m. when recovery is available. So if you don't get your paper, you're fucked. That's how I read this.
I cannot believe how many champion problems we have.
Yeah, it's constant. So if you want it just on Sunday, I'm infatuated with this. I got to do the math. So just Sundays would be 52, right? I mean, unless if it's some kind of weird fucking leap year, it's going to be 52 times.
You know, how does that work when they do have a leap year?
600, well, it'd have to fall on a Sunday. 630 divided by 52. The Sunday paper nowadays, the Sunday paper is $12. $12.11. That's fucking crazy. Let's see, how much is the average paper? 1,872 divided by 365.
But I mean, you brought up a very
fucking
interesting
Denver
point.
Post is
like,
$5
if you have
a day.
Leap year, what do you do? Because it's a daily paper.
Did we ever get a corporate number where we can have people inundate champion?
Nope.
No. Well, yes. And then she resigned.
God, champion sucks so bad. I wonder what Paul Bono thinks after building up that business.
Don't know.
He knew when to get out, man.
got a cat working in the building doesn't know to give up on him.
I wonder if he's around, Paul, if we could call him and ask him off the record what the hell is going on.
Well, they bought up every little company in the world. That's what's going on. They're fucking lost right now.
No, they didn't. Great Day did.
Yeah, correct. That's what I'm saying. That's what's going on with Champion right now is Great Day just, bought
else do they own?
20 of those businesses.
What else do they own that they've screwed up?
Let me look. I don't know if Great Day, what is it? Great Day Home Improvement? Improvements.
Yes, that's who bought them.
Great Day Improvements brands.
Armageddon.
Yeah.
Our home brands. Here we go. Patio enclosures, Champion Windows, Universal Windows Direct, Apex, Stenek Windows, The Bath Authority, Hartshorn Custom Contracting, YHIC.
Oh, here we go.
That looks like it.
Now, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. All right, so now we have a comment. Jay has a comment on window foam. Go ahead, Jay. Let's hear that. Jay?
Good morning, Tom.
Yeah.
On the window foam,
Yeah.
if you use the wrong one, it'll bow your windows to the point you can't open them.
What do you mean? What do you mean the wrong one?
They make a foam that's low pressure for doors and windows, and they make the one you see in the red and yellow can.
Well, bro, I was
That one is
assuming they use the right insulating foam. I mean,
Well, we
I
are
guess.
talking about Champion.
But
Yeah,
okay, I understand what you're saying. You're saying it actually can. You're right. Because, Jay, there's some foam that lifts foundations.
Yeah.
You know what? So you're right. I was assuming, what I meant was window foam won't bow the window. But you're right. There's foam they use to fill in, Mark, to lift concrete. Okay.
I know.
Rob, you have a comment on Champion. Go ahead, Rob. Is he not there?
Not there.
Okay, he's not there. In any case, folks, we are running out of time. We're going to go back to this. But Smarty Marty, just before we get on to that moving issue, this guy that wants to help with Champion, really, what power does he have? Justin, he's basically a salesperson, right?
Tom, he has succeeded. So
He has succeeded in which one?
Yes.
In which
Well,
one?
I can't remember the last. There was a case recently, and it wasn't my case yet, but I called him ahead of time, and he got in contact with the caller, and she satisfied whatever it was. It wasn't even his case. It was some other salesman's case. And whatever he did, he fixed it.
Well, it's hard to say which one it was. Was it the one where they installed Windows in 2022 and the glass pane was under warranty? And
No. It was.
Oh no, maybe it was the one where two Champion window assemblies installed in the sunroom. The big picture window assembly was one casement window each, and they failed. Or was it maybe? Let's see. Champion installed. How about Champion installs for Glenn? He is trying to get warranty work done, and they refused to talk to him. Or could it be Mom ordered a storm door in 2021, paid $7,000 and got nothing done? Or could it be the one where Chris bought Champion windows, financed them, they were ordered wrong, not installed, they're ghosting him, but he still has a loan? Or could it be the one where he put in windows and they were anchored to drywall? I don't know. I have several more I can go through. I wonder which one Justin helped with. I wonder if that matters at this point. One woman is satisfied. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. You know what? Give him kudos, but we need a lot more than a salesman who has good intentions.
Fabulous.
Well, hello. How are you,
What's
Joe?
up, Joe?
Oh my gosh.
How are you doing, man?
I'm doing wonderful, man. And you?
Scott, we're gonna move you over there
That's
so
what I thought.
Joe can sit there.
Okay, Scott, I'm gonna have to take your seat. No problem.
You're set. Headphones are good. Call printers up.
Thank you.
Dollar, you're over.
How much, Joe, how much do you think the Denver Post delivered to your house every day is now per year?
Oh.
So what,
Take a guess.
$100.
No.
Are we passing them on
Per
to
year.
Marty or Nathan?
More or less.
Way more.
Oh, you were out of the room.
Really, 1,000?
Double that, and you're there.
2,000?
Yep. And that's right from their own newspaper. Someone sent us this.
Hey, Suzanne.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
$1,872.
John over to Smarty Marty.
It's
I
insane.
don't know. We'll ask Tom.
What's that?
Do you want to send the window well guy over to Smarty Marty for champion help?
Yes.
No, because no one's going to get help.
Oh.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if Justin wants to take it on, fine. That's fine. But I mean, I'm so sick and tired of it.
Hey, Kelly.
Yeah.
Be
This
sure
one
to
I-
let Jordan go. Tell him his dad's here.
And Marty, I don't think the window well's got shit to
Hey,
do with
Jordan?
this one. It's the Boeing window
Jordan.
that needs to be fixed.
It's Kelly. Your dad just got here, so you're good to hang up. So, all good. All right, no problem. All right, you have a good rest of your day. Okay, take care.
No, you have a good rest of your day.
No, you
No, you.
Stop.
have a good rest of
No,
your
You
day.
guys can kiss my ass.
You.
Stop making fun of me.
Hey, Dragon.
What?
I saw an extra case of water in our office. You possibly know how it got there.
You know, I think Kelly brought that in.
Why would she do that when we already had
But there's
water?
already a full case there?
More? Well, actually, a case and a half.
Dude.
Huh.
So you guys have been traveling quite a bit, huh?
God, yes.
Yeah, we have been.
Why don't you stay home?
Oh, we're home a lot too, Joe. We like taking our home on wheels. That's the best. We should be going on a trip. We're getting ready to celebrate 30 years.
Oh, no, thanks. Appreciate that. Okay, Kelly, thank you. 30 years of marriage? Congratulations. How could you stand this guy?
3 up.
How can you stand this guy?
I saw your, yeah.
Money.
I saw your car, man. I thought that looks pretty nice.
She's got a nice station wagon.
What kind?
Capri, 1996 Capri. It's even got those seats in the back that face out the rear ass.
Oh, man.
Joe, God, don't let him pull your
That's
chain.
an antique. That's an antique.
Yeah, we just went to Vegas over the weekend. It was really hot there.
God
Oh, I
bless it.
bet.
I'll never complain about Colorado's heat again.
No.
And our flights were so wonky, man. We left at
Yeah,
10:30 at night, didn't land till 2 in the morning.
Believe it, I had my oldest daughter come to see me from Montana. It's a 2-hour flight.
Like the hat today.
And the heat weather coming to Denver, so they diverted the flight to Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And so she didn't get home till midnight. It was like
What did they do? That's
They
too
made
bad, so sad. We're dropping you off in the Springs
no. I mean, they have to wait.
for another flight.
Yeah, or to refuel because they wasted all the gas, circling the DIA
'Cause they couldn't land.
They couldn't land. So it was a 2-hour flight and it turned out to be like an 8-hour flight. I said you could have gone to Hawaii.
Yeah.
No kidding.
I mean, it's terrible.
Miles had one like that. Took him a day to get home.
I'm just amazed.
But when you're up late like that and you're traveling, boy, it throws you for a few days.
Absolutely. I mean, it threw my wife and I because we went to pick her up and
Oh yeah.
we didn't know what time they were going to land. So we got her, she has an SUV, so we put the seats back and relaxed on the parking. But it was till midnight. We're not used to staying till midnight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're hardly used to staying up past 8 these days.
You got to watch some of those.
Yes.
We're hooked on series and TV.
We've been sucking them down.
I'm not. We do 3 a night of the Lincoln Lawyer.
Oh,
I
I told
almost
you we
started
started-
that.
We're supposed
my
to start
God,
that
is
one.
Phenomenal.
Don't say much about
Kind
it.
of what I
The
was
Lincoln.
thinking the
We
other
just
day
finished
when
the
Ryan was
manifest.
in here when he was doing down.
Oh, we watched that years
Let
ago.
it disappear. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Is
like.
there a new
Are you
season?
through it?
I'm done.
I don't like the ending. I thought it was fucking
But
good.
is there a new
Thanks so much for
season or
calling
it's
to
just a
tell
few
Martina
years
so I can
old?
help you.
Okay.
It got canceled, I think,
It
but
did.
I liked it.
I loved it. I mean, I did.
It was really weird. I liked that little kid and his sister. The first season, I liked it.
Jerry and Jack, they're like, yeah.
So we started to watch Suits.
What kind of
work? Doug's just
what
eat a bunch
company?
of chicken in the office.
That's a good one.
Suits.
Suits, yeah.
Yeah.
Having a problem
We
with
should
it.
start linking lawyers
Okay,
soon.
I can
Mom.
take your name and number and have somebody call you off air.
We just finished the
Suits.
first season. Now we're into the second season.
Have you called XL
Oh.
yet?
Party like lawsuits and closing cases. Okay, that's another law show.
And who were you
Suits.
immediately dealing
Yeah.
with? What was his name?
But I mean, it's great. I mean, it's a great. I like the lead character there.
Mm.
His name is Harvey.
Yeah, Harvey.
Harvey. I can't remember his last name, but I mean, he's really, really great.
We flew through 8 seasons of Working Moms. Man, that was hilarious. Those are short episodes, like 25, 30 minutes.
Yeah, because we watched 3 a night, and we got into the habit of doing that. And we got our Twizzlers or popcorn.
Mark, it says
That's
Denver Post
fun.
website,
Carol,
7 days a
or
week.
was this? I mean, what kind of a
Well,
rating?
this is their own fucking newspaper.
I see that, but $4.99. That's still a lot.
I don't believe it. I simply
I'm on
don't
their
believe
website.
it. I don't give a shit. I don't believe it. I
right,
honest to
hang
God
on
don't
for me
believe
just
it.
one second, okay?
I'll
I'll be
bet
right
you
back.
right now I can call them up. I'll bet you $500.
thanks so much.
I can call them up and I can't get that fucking paper delivered to my house for $500 a year.
10 seconds.
Well, we're coming on.
Stop by a store or go to GUIRYS.com to sign up today. Gyrie's, your neighborhood paint store since 1899.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. If you're dying in the heat and want a great air conditioning system, high efficiency, save money, get rid of that old inefficient system, 888heating.com. They say if you show them the estimate, they'll meet any price with the same materials. 303-770-2776. 303-770-2776. 888heating.com. A company you can trust. Speaking of trust, you can't trust Champion. They suck. They suck so much I can't even get into it. It just pisses me off so much. I have found so many complaints. I only went through a few of them with Smarty Marty before the break. Windows improperly installed. Listen to this. Drilled holes in the bottom and the top of the frame, and they leak. How about this? I had slider windows installed in the patio, one patio door, and the installation was done wrong. They're failing. How about this? My parents had all the windows in the entire house replaced, huge expense. The installers cut themselves on one of the installs, left their blood there, and 3 of the windows are not seated, crooked. Wind comes through and whistles. Champion.
Jeez.
How about this one? We found clear and detailed contact information on Champion Windows. We actually got the phone numbers and called them, got their championwindows.com. We found that the DNS people, the contact people, no one gets back to us. 0. Okay, another one. 2 patio doors and screens failed. January 2023, they were installed. How about this one? Screen porch. I contacted Sunrooms. $12,000 later, absolutely nothing is being done. How about this one? They won't return a single call. How about this one? March 2022 installed in August 2022. And I had to file a claim online for warranty work. Tech arrived, inspected, confirmed the defect in workmanship, recommended replacement, have heard nothing since. Oh my God, I can go on and on.
Hey, when you were
on.
gone, I didn't want to tell you this, but I actually took him on as a sponsor and cut him a spot.
Yeah, right.
Mark Major for Champion Windows. They really suck. You should never call them. We have got so many bad calls on them in the last 2 months. It's incredible. In my opinion, they suck. It's just my opinion. Champion Windows sucks.
It's not just your opinion. It's a lot of other people, too.
They didn't pay me either. I'm still waiting for the check.
You would think one response, would be forthcoming, not just one. You know, we had a number at corporate one time for a woman that was supposedly some escalation person, and she quit. Oh, my God. I mean...
Well, wouldn't you?
It's just amazing to me. Just amazing. Anyway, I want to keep going here. Smarty Marty. He's got to follow up on a moving issue.
Yes. Tom, you know, Justin said he'll call next week when he
that's
is
nice
over.
of him. That's nice of him.
Okay.
Justin,
And
he's a lone voice in the wilderness. He's a salesperson who wants to help people. What is he going to do with corporate? What is he going to do with corporate? What is he actually going to do?
It's sad that the salespeople are supposed to be the managers too. That tells me that Champion does not have the correct people managing the company if you have to rely on your salespeople, right? Justin says it's the salesperson's responsibility to act as manager too, right? That means they're understaffed.
Well, it's not means that I don't mind if they do it. If they're supposed to be their single point of contact, I don't mind that. But then who does the salesperson call to get things done?
That's a valid point. I guess Justin is just very responsible. He might be the only
But
one.
what is he? The point I'm trying to make is this. What is he doing? Is he calling someone? And who is he calling? That person getting things done. Okay. Why can't the other salespersons call him? I mean, or her? What is the secret that Justin has? Does he have a phone number?
Maybe he's just not lazy. Maybe the other ones are lazy. I don't know. We can't answer, but hopefully he'll call next week or this week, and he'll answer all your questions. Well, he came on once before and answered all your questions.
Okay, here's what I don't want to do, though. If we get a Justin, a lone salesman, and comes on and says, I'm dedicated to helping people, and this is what I do, I don't want to give the false narrative that Champion is a good company because we have some lone salesman in Colorado that decided he wants to help. It's good that he wants to help, and I want him to help, but what I want to hear from Justin is, how do we help other people that don't know Justin?
Well, then he'll answer those questions. I mean, you have a legitimate point. So
anyway, I agree. Let's talk about Lon. His wife passed away in 2021. He called Paragon Moving to move to Princeton, New Jersey. He was quoted $3,000, he said. He paid $1,500 down. He said they picked up his stuff and then said, oh, it's not going to be $3,000. It's going to be $9,000. Now they're keeping his stuff in storage and they're charging him monthly payments. Now that sounds like the classic moving scam to me. Whether or not they're in Florida, it sounds like the classic moving scam. What's going on?
I got a different story, a different version.
Good. What did you get, Marty? That's what we want. What did you get?
The bottom line is he can get his stuff back to where he wants locally for $1,000. They feel they've already done $1,500 of work. They've already hired people. They've moved him. They gave him a month free of storage already, but they didn't charge.
What is the main issue we didn't address? What's the main issue? They said it was going to be $3,000, and then it went to $9,000. How does that happen?
I didn't get that. I didn't hear that part of the story from who I spoke with. They didn't address that part of the story.
That's called dancing around. That's what they did. They danced around. He can get his stuff, but we did this much work.
No. Tom,
go ahead.
I did exactly what the customer wanted me to do. He wants me to have them deliver it back to his local place, except they want $1,000, and he doesn't have $1,000.
So did he decide not to move anymore?
Every day it's a different story. So you know, I like the guy. I like him, but he's flaky, in my opinion. He does. It took him 2 days. Look, when he was on the show with you, he couldn't produce anything. You were asking him when, where, who. He didn't know anything.
They want another $1,000. Well, here's the thing.
That's it.
Oh, here's the thing. I get it. But I'd like to know, why did they triple the estimate?
I could call her back. I didn't get.
I'm just curious
and
more
I'm
than
not-
anything.
I'm not
Listen,
sure it was true.
And Lon may have misrepresented how much stuff he had. And people who get phone estimates, that often happens. You should never accept a phone estimate ever, ever, ever.
Yes,
because
yes,
all
I
phone
get that.
estimates are subject to change when they get there. That's the problem. Smarty, listen. I'm sorry for being cantankerous. I'm going to blame it on my age.
It's all right. I'm not,
And I know,
no,
believe it or not, as Smarty Marty, he's younger than me. Deputy Dollar,
much.
for God's sakes, is younger than me. The only one not younger than me is Deputy Doc. See, I'm starting to flaunt my
Tom.
age now. I used to avoid it. Now I'm
Tom.
going to flaunt it.
Tom.
Just
Tom,
like Joe.
Tom.
Joe's
you know-
younger than
you know
me.
I went to I'm going to have a stress test, Tom.
Okay.
And I heard you had a stress test, and they put a photo of your ex-girlfriend up on the wall, and that was your stress test. Is
My
that true?
stress test was, they said, Tom, are you 40? And I said, no. I sound like Trump, don't I? Yeah, it was a excellent stress test. So excellent. The doctor asked me, what am I doing? Hey, doesn't that sound like Trump? Anyway, I don't want to sound like Trump.
Yeah.
Joe, how old are you? Joe Chiano, how old are you?
I'm actually 74.
You
I'm
are
pretty, You know,
not.
you're pretty close to
I'm
me.
shocked.
Hold
Joe.
on,
Wow,
Joe.
you look great.
Joe, I'm not kidding you, man. I'm serious. You are really a good-looking fellow. Your skin is like perfect.
Well, thank you.
That's that Latin
Thank you.
blood.
It's the Latin blood, and I'm taking care of myself, Tom. You know,
Oh
that's the
my
main thing.
God, you
Exercise.
are. Now I'm feeling really bad. I was feeling good about myself until I heard you're like 4 years older than me.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh my gosh.
Joe?
Yes.
I'm going to come to you in a minute. I want to go back to I want to go to Raj, a caller who has a question on smart meters. Go ahead, Raj. What's happening?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Good, man. What's going on with you?
So I got a notice yesterday from Excel in my email saying that they want to install a smart meter.
Yeah.
I heard you talking about this the very tail end of a conversation a week or two ago. So I just wanted to get your opinion. There's an opt-out on it, and I'm wondering what your opinion is about it.
Okay, my opinion is this. I think there's an opportunity to save money with a smart meter if you can alter the times that you do things, okay? And the heavy use. They want to try to even out. If you do things in non-peak hours, you're going to save money, okay? Now, if you don't think you can do that, you should probably take the hit of the extra cost for not having the smart meter until you figure something out. How much extra is it going to cost without the smart meter?
$11.84 per month.
To me, anyone who can't alter their behavior should pay the extra $11. That's my opinion.
Man, I wouldn't sign on to that. Period. But here's the deal.
Sign on to what, Mark? What do you, Mark? What do you
Go ahead.
mean?
I would accept the smart meter, but you can still go to standard billing, not time of use billing.
Wait a minute.
Dragon, explain it.
That
You
is
did
exactly
it.
that. Take the smart meter because then they don't have to send a physical person out to your residence anymore, so they can read it.
But
from,
then you can
the
still
central-
opt for standard billing?
Yeah, opt out of the time of use billing because you will literally get charged 3 times as much depending on the day, the time of day that
But
you're
see,
using
I
something.
did not even know that was an option.
Correct. Yeah, it was very confusing because they rolled the two things out at the same time and they practically called them the exact same thing. So
So
yes.
that's a good thing because what you're doing is getting the smart meter, but not the time of use billing.
But when they give you the smart meter, you will be automatically enrolled in the time of use billing. So you have to call them and opt out of it.
Now, the only thing I think is wrong with all of this is, well, no, I don't think anything's wrong with what you guys are saying. Take the meter and go with the opt out of the time of use. But then I think it's not a bad idea to try to even out usage, right?
Try to, what are you going to put the sun away when it's out? How is that even possible?
No, Mark, I'm talking about dishwashing, laundry.
None of that does anything. It's your air conditioner that sucks it down, or when we charge our car. I mean, that's when you're going to get nailed.
But it's not just your air conditioning, but you can set your air conditioning down during the peak hours. And I'm not talking about turning it off.
Of course you can. You could set it down 5 or 6 degrees, and when you turn it on, it's going to be on solid.
We should break here soon.
Not necessarily. There are other things you can do too, like, for example, a whole house fan. I'm not kidding. I use my air conditioner so little right now, even in these hot days, compared to what I would have used if I didn't have it. But in any case, the point is, I don't think it's wrong to try to even out use. I think it's a good thing if we could. And because so many people do the wash and do the stuff, and that does a lot, Mark. A washing machine is a big load, and a dryer is a giant load. So to say it doesn't do anything, that's not accurate. And dishwashers are a big load. Now, they're not as big as air conditioning, of course not. And of course, solar helps too. We got more coming up.
Broncos country. Make plans to come out to training camp powered by Ford and get up close and personal with your favorite Broncos players as they prepare for the NFL season. There will be 12 practices open to the public at the Centura Health Training Center between July 28th and August 17th, all starting at
10 seconds.
This year, practices will require a complimentary ticket for entry. For more information and to secure tickets, visit denverbroncos.com/training camp today.
John Fuller is a personal injury attorney, and he does things a little differently than most firms. First of all, he doesn't call in the herd of cattle with a cattle call into a call center and then dole it out to junior attorneys. He will only take the number of cases that he will work personally. And when you do call, you get to talk to John Fuller right up front to evaluate your case. And if he does if you decide to hire him, if it's a good fit, he'll work with you, give you his cell phone number, and you can call or text at any time. He believes communication is key, along with personalized attention. That's why he has pledged to take only the number of cases that he can work personally. That's just the way he does it. It's a boutique law firm, and you're not going to be a number, and you will, I promise, notice the difference. John Fuller, 303-597-4500, 597-4500. The website is myaccidentlawyer.co.
I'm here with Sean O'Keefe and Dan Blair.
Strategy allows a seller to potentially defer all the taxes on the capital gains so we can keep what you would have paid to Uncle Sam working for you. It works really well for small business owners and it allows them to continue to build their wealth. For these entrepreneurs, their exit strategy is often the biggest financial decision they will ever make, and many owners are reluctant.
Oakland crime surges way beyond San Jose and San Francisco. Understaffed police, response times are horrible. Violent crime is up 15% from last year.
Where, Mark?
Oakland. And guess who's involved trying to get it handled?
Newsom.
Nope, NAACP. They're sick and tired of it. That's good, actually.
What are they sick and tired of?
The crime and the cops not showing up on time. And city leaders to declare a state of emergency. It's a crisis.
California is a rat hole.
Yes, it is.
And San Francisco is one of the worst. And then Chicago is a cesspool. New York's a cesspool.
These guys are really on it. They're saying, hey,
Denver's going to be a cesspool soon.
Oh, shit, it almost is. Do you see what they're doing for homeless now? I thought this guy was going to take care of homeless. They're going to build an apartment complex or something for them. They're going to give them medical. They're going to give them food. They're going to give them everything. It's like, oh, my God, every homeless in the world's going to move here.
That's right. Come one, come all.
We're putting them up. It's crazy. I thought the guy, I actually said, oh, he says he's going to take care of it.
Yeah, you thought it was good.
Yeah, the fuck. I can't believe what his ideas are.
He was telling the truth.
Well, I guess when he meant take care of the homeless problem, he meant buy them homes.
I hate that chair in there because when I sit from it, I literally can't. Like,
You can't. Oh my goodness. That's fantastic. You are tiny.
but that one's even worse.
So the district attorney's really pissed off in Oakland because he says we are very disappointed that a great African-American pastor and a great African-American organization would take a false narrative on us. Now the NAACP and this pastor, I'm not sure who it is, are saying, listen, you're defund the police, you're not prosecuting, none of this shit's working, black people are getting hurt more than anybody, and the guy's answer is, oh, that's a false narrative. No, those crime numbers aren't real.
Who said that?
The fucking DA there in Oakland.
Well, of course.
I thought you weren't black. Wait. If you didn't vote for Joe Biden, you're not black, though.
Right.
This is all Joe Biden, by the way.
Hey, Kelly, I sent you an outbound.
Okay.
I should have wore my hat. A MAGA hat.
Your MAGA hat?
I got one. Yes.
He gets dirty looks when he wears his.
I wear mine, but I won't. I only wear it in Douglas County.
I tell you what, we got two of them. My wife and I got two of them in Florida.
10 seconds.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Alan, you are looking to sell some property. What's going on?
Yeah, hi, Tom.
Hey.
My father has a plot of land in Colorado City.
You're talking about Arizona?
Nope. About 30 miles south of Pueblo.
Oh, that Colorado City. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's just some land, and he's in long-term care right now, and we're trying to qualify him for Medicaid. But anyway, I don't know how to put this property.
How much? Okay, hold on. You're trying to just understand. There's a 5-year look back for Medicaid. So if you sell the property, he's going to have to spend it down because they're not going to allow you to sell it and him to just give it away. You understand that?
Yeah, I think so.
All assets.
Yeah, we want to use the money.
You have to have all assets used up legitimately, or it has to be beyond 5 years. If it's more than 5 years in the past, they don't ask. But if you sold a house or did anything, but if it's within 5 years of applying, they want to know where the assets went, and you can't have given them away. It had to be a legit reason, like home, care, health care, gambling, anything technically, and I mean that sincerely, but it has to be spent by that person legitimately and not given away. Now, Colorado City.
Isn't that where the FLDS live?
No. No, that's Arizona. That's Arizona.
Oh, but it's called Colorado City.
That's right. There's two Colorado cities that I know of. One.
I got it.
So this one, the fact that it's in Colorado City has nothing to do with the discussion. Are you asking what you should do to qualify him for Medicaid?
Well, they say to at least put it up for sale.
Well, you got it. Well, you have no choice. You got to pull it up for sale immediately.
Yeah, and I don't know how to do that.
Okay,
so
you call a real estate agent. You call a real estate agent in that area. I would start with Stephanie Thomas. Now, what is it that he owns? Is it a house or is it just vacant land? What is it?
Just a plot of land. And what's funny,
how much
year,
land?
The actual value.
How much
was
land?
$400. It's not that much.
How much
than an
land?
acre. Less than an acre.
Okay. And
They're
what did
pretty
you say?
small.
Who says the value's 400?
The tax went up. Last year says 400, and current year is 5,000.
5,000 for.
Yeah, well, welcome. Thank you, Governor Polis.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird.
It is so bad how he screwed everybody in this state when it comes to property taxes. I don't even like thinking about it.
Oh, not only did he screw him, but then he said, well, I'm going to save you. And he takes away their
And
tabor
everybody that
refunds
voted
and says
for him, I
he's...
hope you own a house. Everybody that voted for that guy, I pray you own a house, and yours went
Mark,
up as
they're
much
going to
as
still...
everybody's.
They'd reelect him in a minute. Are you kidding me?
No, not if they can't afford their mortgage payment
Yes,
anymore.
they will.
Because their
See,
property taxes
Mark
quadrupled.
absolutely,
This guy
positively...
went from 500 to 5,000.
Mark absolutely, positively...
Well, then
he
they're
doesn't
bigger
realize...
morons than I thought.
You didn't let me finish my sentence before you disagree. You do not realize the extent of pain liberals will feel to be right. You do not realize it. They're not as selfish as conservatives. Conservatives say, if this ain't good for me, it ain't good for the country. What liberals say is, if I get my way, I don't care if I have to pay more. You wait. That's what they do.
Not when their kids aren't eating.
Give me
woke.
I don't care if I go
Move to
broke.
Denver.
Give me woke. I don't care if I go broke. And where you, Mark, you vote totally on your pocketbook, 100%. Right?
That's very true.
Okay, so you do agree with me. The extent of pain people are willing to do for political right, I mean, I don't mean right on the right, for political leftness, they will go through any pain. You will be surprised when our country finally actually goes communist, when it does, and people will hail the day, and they will undergo pain and misery, and they won't care, because it's more important to them to be correct. You think I'm wrong? Anyway, Alan, we digress.
Well, the good news is, for $1 million, you can become a citizen of Dubai.
Now, Alan, I think what you need to do, seriously, no, I love America. I don't want to be a citizen of Dubai. Alan, what I think you need to do is call Stephanie Thomas. Mark, I don't have her number handy, but somebody give it to him. She's in Colorado Springs.
720-260-0918.
Slow down. Go ahead.
720-260-0918.
Who is she with right now, Stephanie? It's Stephanie R.E.,
I
right?
think it's Coldwell.
And it's StephanieRE.com, isn't it?
The other thing, it's my mother's deceased, and the property still has her name on it.
Well, you're going to have a
Stephanie
problem
can help
there.
me with that.
You need to do a smallest. When did she die?
Oh, over 10 years ago.
You're going to have to address that, bro. Dan McKenzie is our estate attorney, estate planner. He can help you get that transferred with a small estate affidavit, give you advice. You may not have to hire him, but he'll answer a question for you. He does wills and probate and beneficiary deeds and quitclaim deeds. I don't think you can do a quitclaim deed because she's deceased, but I think you might be able to do a small estate affidavit. I'm not sure, but Dan McKenzie can answer that question for you. It's McKenzie Law Firm, 833-CO Plans. 833-CO Plans. He's a great guy. Yeah, man, it's amazing to me, Alan, how many people let things go after a death and they need to get things transferred or it can come back to haunt them. But here's the deal, all right? You got to start. How old is your dad right now?
85.
85. Okay, and you want to get him into Medicaid when?
Well, he's in long-term care with cancer right now.
Oh my God!
So we're trying to,
sir. It's not. You're not going to be able
to.
You're going to have to spend that money on his health care, and then when you run out, you can do it.
Yeah.
What kind of facility is he in?
It's a mixed facility with a variety of people, but it's
my understanding from is once someone's in a facility, Tom, I always wanted, or Bart.
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I always wanted to understand this. Once they're in, they can't be kicked out. And I've always wondered if they did do the look back and weren't getting paid by Medicare and they can't kick you out, what changes?
I never heard they can't.
Wondered that.
Mark, I never heard they can't kick you out. What they can do is put a lien on everything you own.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just saying my understanding from Barb is they can't kick you out once you're in. Now, maybe that's just memory care. I don't know.
Let's ask Barb, okay? Can we get her on? I also want to
let's ask. I like that question.
Good. I'd also like to get Integra Insurance on as well, if we can. So let's ask about if they can't kick them out and what's the consequence of that. And then we'll also go to Daryl, who has a question about health insurance, and I think we should get Integra Health on if we can. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
Some new slowdowns into downtown. I-25 northbound, a brand new crash reported after 6th Avenue. No word of lane blockage at the moment. We are seeing stop-and-go traffic back from Auraria Parkway. Heading to the northeast end of town, I-270 westbound, an accident in the right lane after Quebec with slow traffic back from I-70. About 2 or 3 minutes of delays for folks heading through the Commerce City area. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies out there. As we head into the afternoon, we are looking at a 60% chance of scattered thunderstorms, a hot one still, with a high of 86, and we're looking at thunderstorms all throughout the rest of the week. The current temperature in Denver is 82 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Now your ideas don't have to wait.
10 seconds.
And Intel are pushing what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to now.
Renew Home Innovations can do a beautiful shower for you where that old, ugly tub shower is, that big rectangle, ugly thing you have to step over. These new showers have no thresholds. You can wheel through them, use a walker, or just walk in with ease. And they can set them up any way you want, without a door even, where you turn the corner, and they have beautiful glass and stone walls or stone resin walls. No maintenance, 303-904-2000. They can do it in just 2 or 3 days. You have 72 months to pay. Think of that. 303-904-2000, renewhomeinnovations.com. Harris Family Law, the law firm to call if you want to get an early assessment, early neutral assessment of what a divorce looks like. Now, you hire them to do this, of course, but it's really important because they go through the entire divorce as if they're not representing you and what it looks like to you and to the other side. They want to give you a complete understanding of what you're facing. You may decide to file or not. And in fact, Harris Family Law can handle any part of the divorce. They can do it all. You can do some legwork, and they can do what's called unbundled services. HarrisFamilyLaw.com, 303-515-5000.
Don't let depression, anxiety, trauma, or addiction
out if you don't have any insurance or means to pay.
Except for emergencies.
Yeah. So
I always thought that was insane that they did that, but
I don't know. But I tell you what, do I know that there's a hefty penalty if you violate, if you have the...
If you have assets.
Yeah. And the reason why they did it is because they want to prevent the spend down. They want to use the money for...
Good afternoon.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Show. How can I help you? Oh. Yeah, I think they're done with you.
So what are you guys going to do for your 30th
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
We're bouncing from Hawaii, probably Hawaii.
Yeah.
I like Hawaii.
We both do. We love it there.
I'm starting to think, we were thinking like Bora Bora and shit, but honestly, man, I don't know if I want to leave the fucking country right now.
I know. I mean, I feel the same way.
And then I got to fly into Japan. I mean, some of those trips
really wanted
are
to,
fucking
but
long as shit.
I think just Hawaii would be so nice.
We'd probably do a week to 10 days on
in Maui
Oahu,
or Oahu, like the North Shore.
and then 10 days in Kauai and some kind of super laid back shit.
Nice, yeah.
Well, we've got
So a little city life and a little
questions about
private beach kind of shit.
I love it over there, too. I love Mexico, too, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
Adeline and I went to Mexico in January.
They got hassled pretty good.
It's
Just
like
by the
they saw
taxi
two ladies, alone, and
Two white women.
two white women. And felt like I was constantly being like they were constantly trying to take advantage of.
Oh, yeah.
Of us being alone. Anytime I've gone to Mexico with him, boy, he's like, bodyguarded. They don't mess around.
I mean,
But the minute you're by yourself as a woman, I don't know, Joe. That is I got.
But it was just, there was no, like,
I didn't
shenanigans
feel,
or
I
danger.
didn't feel like my safety.
Trying to
it
rip
was
them
just
off.
rip me off all the time, money-wise.
You know how it- you're-
Not a problem.
That's the way it is.
All right,
In
thanks so
Mexico.
much for being there.
Well, actually,
any
anyway.
other country, really.
Okay.
I mean, but the key is, we went to this place called the Excarte.
Oh, yeah.
We've been there.
Resort.
Yeah.
Love that place. Love the place.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Secure, it's a resort.
That's
it's
about an hour away from
It's between
Playa del Carmen.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
between
it goes-
Playa and
right.
Cancun.
I mean, we went over there and we had the best time,
Yeah.
the best food. I mean, we went to El Mercado where they have all the food. Oh my God, I tell you what.
Was that a hotel or a park?
Both.
Both. I mean, it has
Oh,
like. It
you're
has
right.
like-
That is.
yeah,
Yeah.
it has
That's
like
where I
5
got the.
different parts.
Remember, I got
Mhm.
I bought a Corona that was this big there. The
believe
fucking
it.
beer was this big.
Man, I tell you what, that is
The
great.
biggest
Yeah,
Corona
yeah.
I've ever seen in my life. It was like $15. It was this big, Joe.
That's beautiful.
It was probably like 64 or 100 ounces.
That's great,
Suze?
Mark. But the thing
Barb
is, though,
Shoe
see,
is
I love that place
unavailable.
because it's
She's
safe.
in with
and
a client.
They're not going to hassle you. I mean,
do you want me to
they,
get in
they
Tegra?
don't hassle you.
Oh, Jared just texted. Call Jared. Do you have his number? Jared Quaz? Let me just.
I have John Jones.
No. Let me text you his number.
Hey, are they back to the office?
I'm just dealing with Jared right now. Jared Quaz. Put this on the screen. Jared Quaz for the name. There he is.
How are they doing? Do you know?
Sorry, Kelly. I texted it to Jared.
10 seconds.
Do you know how they're doing?
Hey, the movie theater's doing fantastic.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino. Your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Angels help Barb. She was unavailable. We were going to ask her about once in a facility, can they ask you to leave if you run out of money? We don't have anyone to talk about that. We are going to try to get our health insurance expert on to talk about the other stuff we were discussing on health insurance for Friday's health, because Daryl wants to ask about that. And then we have other calls. Joe Chiano's on with us as well, mymoneymyway.com. Joe, we were talking about spending down for Social Security, not Social Security, excuse me, for Medicaid. And I'd like to ask, if somebody does a life insurance policy and they overfund it, so they do it when they're younger, or they do it whenever, and they overfund it, and they have a cash value, is that considered an asset when people look for Medicaid or any kind of social service or any kind of government program? Do you know?
Tom, unfortunately, that is the case. It does count as an asset. So the cash value of a life insurance policy will count as an asset. However, though, our life insurance policies, with the Become the Banker, they have a rider, a free rider that covers long-term care expenses and also critical illness automatically.
But how much coverage is that? Would it cover a nursing home?
It covers, whatever the death benefit is, they can get a percentage of the death benefit. They don't have to die.
Now, does it come off the death benefit for when they die?
It does. It does.
What if they live long enough to exhaust the death benefit? Does coverage stop?
It does stop. On the other hand, the annuity that we have, we have the long-term care benefit that goes for the rest of their lives. Tom.
So with the annuity, not only do they get the income, but you're saying they get extra money?
They get double the income.
What?
So,
wait.
Really,
So if they become,
income.
let's say they start taking their annuity income,
right.
and in 5 years or 3 years or 2 years, they are become disabled. It doubles?
Which
That
is
right.
which is
That
explain
right.
the test.
Yes.
Let's go past what he asked. So explain what disabled means.
Okay, disability is different than long-term care, Tom. First of all, okay, long-term care means that you cannot perform two out of the 6 activities of daily living, like walking, transferring from one chair to the other, eating by yourself,
Showering.
bathing, showering, all those things. Okay, 2 out of the 6.
Then you
Okay,
qualify, and it
for
doubles.
Right, for the definition of long-term care. And with our annuity, it's built in. Like if somebody's getting an income stream with our annuity, let's say of $100,000. I just did one last week. $100,000 income stream every single year. They could qualify. They will qualify. It's guaranteed. They will qualify for $200,000 a year to cover the cost of long-term care. Now, how good is that?
Wow. That's really good, Joe. That's really good. MyMoneyMyWay.com, 303-779-6600. Let me go to, the guy just hung up that I had Integra on for. He wanted to know about Fridays.
It's Fridays health insurance.
Maybe he's still listening.
I think they went out of biz.
He's currently a customer of Integra, which we have on right now, and they called and told him that Fridays is no longer going to be a company, and that was what he was calling.
Okay, so
to tell
Jared,
people about.
what are you doing with people that were part of Fridays? And explain what Fridays was. Was it another attempt at doing a pretty good deal for health insurance?
Well, no. Friday Health was on the individual market. It was on the exchange. They've been around. For 5 or 6 years here in the state of Colorado. So you would get a subsidy to help pay for your Fridays if you're eligible. But they were an Affordable Care Act plan.
Yeah, it's just like any of them, Tom. I mean, but I think they pulled out of every state but like what, California or something?
No, they're out of every state now. Colorado was the one that was going to try to last because they did have some reserves here that could last to the end of the year, but the Division of Insurance has stopped that, and now Friday will be done 8/31.
What are the popular options you're offering people, do you think?
Well, now the options, because most of our clients are eligible for a subsidy, right? So we go through the exchange, and those clients are now offered, depending on where you're at, but the Denver metro area is Anthem, Cigna, United, and Kaiser.
God, if we go back pre-Obamacare, and I'm just going to ask you this, Jared, how many different health insurance companies could I have chosen from? Honest to God, how many? 30?
There were quite a few more options and just different options, right?
Yeah, well, I know about the different, and I'd call them better. I like the way you're putting it as different. But now we're down to how many did you just say on the exchange?
4.
Okay. Talk about imploding. Imploding healthcare.
Mark, listen, I agree with you when it comes to Obamacare. There's got to be a better way. I agree with you, okay? I also believe, and not agree because I haven't asked you this, but I also believe the system before Obamacare was pretty broken, okay? I'm not saying Obamacare is the answer, but the one thing that you get with Obamacare that you did not get that beforehand, and this is what a lot of more progressive liberal people will tell you, and this is not a criticism, it's a fact. When they talk about Obamacare opening up coverage to millions and millions and millions of people, you do have subsidies you didn't have before, and you also have...
Tom, it was just a transfer of wealth.
Mark, I'm not going to talk about the social aspect. I'm just talking about the fact what you're going to hear. And Jared will tell you this. It opened up the Medicaid rolls to millions of people that were prior to Obamacare were not eligible. Isn't that right, Jared?
That is correct.
Yeah, and that's the main Mark. The main issue they get politically when they start debating health care against Obamacare, you'll hear the liberal faction say, "But millions and millions and millions of people are getting care now that never got it before."
Jared, the people that work their ass off, let's just say middle class, making whatever the the state average is, $55,000, $65,000 a year in income. Those people are paying so much for health insurance now compared to back then. It's crazy. Then on top of that,
Mark, hold on. A lot of those people are getting subsidies.
Subsidies mean nothing when your deductible is $7,500 out of pocket, and the average person doesn't have that.
Jared, will you explain to him that subsidies also apply to deductibles for lower income people? Explain that to him, please.
Well, no. So this is how it works: is subsidies most of the time just apply to the premium. However, at certain income levels, they do apply to the deductibles.
That's right.
For example, at certain income levels, they're called cost sharing reductions. Right? They're lowering the reductions of the cost sharing with you and the insurance company. So at certain income levels, you do get your deductible lowered.
And what would those levels be?
But Mark, hold on. I just hold on a second, because the whole tenor of this conversation, I want to make this clear.
I know,
Mark, I'm not making a case that Obamacare is good. What I am saying is there are millions and millions and millions of people who love it. Okay?
But more people, the people that are generating the entire economy, and I'm not talking about the 1%. I'm talking average Joe, whatever average is in whatever state you're in, is paying way more now than ever before.
Mark,
and
there is a certain faction. I'm going to say we got to take this break, okay? We can't continue. Jared, hang on. We will continue after this.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com.
Some new slowdowns into downtown. I-25 northbound, a brand new crash reported after 6th Avenue. No word of lane blockage at the moment. We are seeing stop-and-go traffic back from Auraria Parkway. Heading to the northeast end of town, I-270 westbound, an accident in the right lane after Quebec with slow traffic back from I-70. About 2 or 3 minutes of delays for folks heading through the Commerce City area. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies out there. As we head into the afternoon, we are looking at a 60% chance of scattered thunderstorms, a hot one still, with a high of 86, and we're looking at thunderstorms all throughout the rest of the week. The current temperature in Denver is 82 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 K-How.
Looking for your next job? Express can help. Express Employment Professionals has
10 seconds.
Million people to work in the last 40 years in all types of industries. With competitive pay and no fee to help you find a job, what are you waiting for? Visit ExpressPros.com today.
FixMyHome.com, that's the website for Fix It 24/7. And now, with plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, you need them more than ever. We're having a lot of drain issues. We're having a lot of cooling issues. We're having a lot of electrical issues. A lot of that brought on by the heat. What I love about Fix It is their simple way of doing business. You have nothing to risk but $39 to get an insured background check, drug-tested, competent, trained tech to your home to find any problem. And they will find it no matter how long it takes, $39 guaranteed. Now, when they find the problem, they present you with an option to fix it with a 100% satisfaction guarantee with a price up front. If you decide to have the work done, you don't pay the $39. The call is free. If you don't have the work done, all you're paying is $39. You can't get better than a straightforward way of doing business like that. FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939. That's 720-526-3939. Now listen, one part of the longer days, the warm weather and all of that, people go out and drink after work. That's just what they do. Or happy hours are booming. What you don't want to do is drink and drive. Now, you can prevent that. There are all ways to prevent that with rideshare and taxis and all that. But there are people who make stupid mistakes. Some people do other things like falsely accused sometimes. Whatever it is, you cannot fight this on your own, even if you want to plead guilty and change your life. You need someone to get through the system. There's a criminal activity going on along with traffic. 303-429-6200. Get you a defense attorney, Joe Lazzara, LazzaraLegal.com. Joe will take a look at your case, flat rate price, and you will save money. 303-429-6200. Don't ever fight alone.
Facing a job loss?
They're absolutely crushing the middle class, crushing them.
Mark?
I was telling Joe, it's fucking diabolical.
Mark, I am not making a case for Obamacare.
I know you're not. I'm
just saying there are millions of people who love it.
Fucking no, my point though is Biden and these Democrats get up and say, we're here to fight for you. We're the blue collar people. They crush the people in the middle like crazy. You think the property tax increase is going to fucking hurt me? I get to sit here and bitch about it and don't want to pay it, but it's not going to change my way of life or yours. You know who's it fucking changes? Is people making 60, 70, 80,000. They're getting totally bent over and fucked by the people that tell them they're looking out for them.
That's where I keep looking at the mics and making sure that they're off. That's what I'm doing.
God bless. Amen.
I wish Mark was passionate about something every now and again.
You know, it's fucking bullshit, man. The people, it fucking hurts the people that they say they're trying to help. It is that fucked up.
Well, it's like I said, there are millions of people who love it, and every time they bring it up for discussion, you hear, well, you know what, we're going to have millions of people not covered. That's what they will say.
Yeah, it's like the IRS workers they hired, or they're going to hire once they find someone stupid enough to come to your door and try to take your fucking money. That'll be fun. But when that does happen, these gun-carrying IRS agents that fucking Biden hired. You know what's really great about that? They said they're only going to go after the rich. Bullshit. The 1% has more money for good accountants and red tape than anybody in the fucking world. Look at Trump. He's been under, what's the IRS working on his 1987 return still? The fucking shit never ends. You're either going to be, here's what the Dems want. You're either the elite, whether that's Hollywood and the senators and our representatives and the president, you're either one of the elite or you're a fucking peon that eats their scraps. And they're fooling the middle class into this shit. And Tom, you're right. The one thing Obamacare did do was help a lot of the poor, the homeless. It did help a lot of people, but they don't generate any of the economy.
Mark, do you want to know who else it helped? Listen to this.
The rich.
It helped millions of people who have, not millions, probably hundreds of thousands of people who have assets out the ass but no income. It's crazy. There are people that own homes, cars, and everything. They have money in the bank, but they don't have enough income, so they qualify for Medicaid.
Yeah. I know. It's crazy, man. We talked about that once. At one point, Bill Gates could have fucking qualified based upon...
That's right.
Based upon just income. Well, yeah. Because he lost money that fucking year.
Yep. That's right. That's because they have really fucked up Medicaid that way. There's no means testing whatsoever. None. Zero.
It gets me it's diabolical. That is the best fucking word for it. I feel like there's these people that are sitting somewhere on this earth, and like Biden's one of them, Trump might even be one of them, and they all have this fucking plan. And you can call it a conspiracy, call it whatever.
10 seconds.
But they all have an idea of what's best for us.
That may hurt the economy. Plus, the homeless battle between Aurora and Denver continues. 630 KHOW, Denver's talk station.
By the way, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. We got an hour to go. I just want to close in saying this. I'm not making a case for Obamacare. I don't like Obamacare, but I didn't like the way it was before either. Okay, here's the thing. I'm saying that no matter what we think of it, there are millions of people that love Obamacare because they're now covered where they weren't before. Millions of people. Now, the other point I want to make is health insurance companies were their own worst enemy because these a-holes were just making the cost of health care go up, not managing care, but they were making it more expensive for everyone. So what's the answer? We got to come up with a system, okay? Obamacare is not the answer, neither is the old system. So what do we do about it? We got more coming up. Maybe we'll discuss this. If you want, give us a call. 303-713-TALK.
In this week's Marketers.
I'm going to step away for a sec.
Oh, my God. There you go, Tom. Oh.
I wonder if Tom ever looks back and goes, I've known Mark 25 years. What the fuck's wrong with me? I just got up from my seat and he's making fart sounds. How did this become my life? He's got to wake up occasionally and say that, right?
That's right. Do it again. Do it again and you'll wake up. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. No, I'm telling you, I'm excited about that movie. So we're going to have to put a campaign maybe a week or 2 weeks before that.
I'd say 2 weeks tops.
The only
We
problem
want to
is,
see that
the only
documentary now.
The only problem is this, okay?
Sounds good.
That marketing company, and I check them out. I mean, I have people, I know people that
in the industry,
done it, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
And they only do Facebook ads, and that they told me that within 2 weeks, their average has been 500 leads, okay? People.
But what's the percentage that show?
It's about, out of the 500 leads, they say that maybe 100 people will actually say, yes, okay, I'm going to come to the movie. Then when they come to the movie, it's going to be like maybe between 60 to 80 people, okay?
Yeah.
But if we do any more marketing than that, we don't have a big enough auditorium to put them. That's the problem. On a way.
You got to figure it out.
Well, there's only two choices at Highlands Ranch 24. 87, which is what I got, and 160.
That must be the 160.
We don't want to have that many.
It wouldn't be
chairs.
the IMAX. Is it the IMAX?
I don't know what it is, but I mean,
I bet it's the Dolby Theater is probably about 160.
Yeah,
we go there all the time.
Yeah, but well, we do too. But the thing is, though, I mean, we just don't want to have empty seats.
No, of course not.
Okay, so but
I think when you're buying popcorn to drink in a movie with good ratings, people are going to come. Period. End of story.
Oh yeah. So we're going to have a full house.
And there's really no sales pitch, right? I mean, the movie itself is the product.
Sells it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, people have sold millions of dollars of it.
Hey, Mark.
It's so funny how
Mark.
annuities in general got such a bad rap for so
Mark.
long. And now
Tommy's trying to talk.
the entire industry is trying to correct.
Why?
Well, I don't know why.
I'll tell you why.
Hold on. Yeah, Tommy.
I was just saying, is this AG a real moron, or is he just stupid?
AG's been a YouTube commenter for a long time.
What did he say? Let me pull it up.
Yeah, just scroll back. I didn't quite understand why Tommy said he was a moron, because I don't understand what AG was saying.
Yeah, what was he saying?
Give us the nutshell of it, Tommy. What was AG saying?
Savvy. Tom, you are so wrong. People are paying more than before. There's no doubt about that. It's crushed the middle class. Well, yeah.
Scroll up.
I agree with AG 100%.
Tom says, AG, you're a true moron. Scroll up before that and read.
Above that.
Yeah. Tommy says that. AG, you're a true moron.
It's got to be under that.
No.
He's above MH and gas prices.
Look, there's a bunch of comments between John Libby and Tom that are from AG. I don't understand what AG said that made Tom.
Tom, all he said is...
Tom always blames the insurance companies. It has nothing to do with the insurance companies.
All he's saying is people are paying more than ever before, which is fucking true. And Tom is saying a totally different thing. Tom's saying there's some people that like it. They're basically arguing two different points.
Yeah, but why was Tommy calling AG a moron?
Because they're arguing two different points.
Okay.
Tom is going, I know where Tom's coming from. Tom is saying, AG, I didn't say it doesn't cost more. What I'm saying is there's a sector and part of the population that really loves it because it opened up Medicaid. It's just two different, you guys are just arguing over two different fucking things, which happens. Suzanne and I have been married long enough. We have definitely had an argument, and we're both thinking about two different fucking things.
Well, Now,
my parents are so old. When we were out there last time, listen to this. So they're in Florida. We flew out. We're sitting in the family room, and my dad's on his recliner. My mom's in the kitchen. So they're in two different rooms. They are holding two 100% completely different conversations. Example, do you want to go out to breakfast this morning? No, I don't think it's warm out today. We sat there looking at each other like, holy shit, they're both deaf and have absolutely no idea what to either say. They were literally holding two conversations.
Oh, yeah. That's the way we're going to be at one point.
Okay, was I right or wrong?
Well, you guys, Mark says you guys were arguing two different points.
It's two different.
Was he talking about my stance on insurance companies?
Well, you called AG a moron. Why'd you call him a moron?
Because he said he disagreed with me. I was listen.
Well, in that case, you're right.
No, I was saying that no matter how we feel about Obamacare, there are millions of people who love it.
And all AG was saying is it is way more costly now insurance than ever before. Well, that was his only point.
Well, I don't know if it is or not. I mean, that's not the point I was making. I didn't even address that.
That's what we just said. You guys were on two different arguments. That's all.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about the cost of Obamacare.
I know, but he was.
The cost of Obamacare for many is zero.
But for the people that pay for it, it's a hell of a lot more expensive.
It sure is, and because they're paying for the people that aren't.
That's right. And when I started the whole conversation, it was a money grab. The biggest one that kills me, though, these property taxes in Colorado, how these people got duped into it. And I do think we will see a Republican governor, maybe not in the next couple of years, but when you're tripping over homeless in front of iHeart
Mark,
Del Frisco's,
I agree that it should be.
It
should be that way, but it's amazing. It's just fucking amazing to me what people will put up with.
Well, it's correct. Okay, people will put up with coming out of a Burger King downtown and tripping over a bum with a needle sticking
10
out.
seconds.
But if it's Del Frisco's, shit'll change.
Dan Caplis.
Love the show.
That's right.
Love the station.
Denver's talk station.
That's just good radio.
630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So somebody asked me, Tom, I hear you talking about stuff all the time, and I want to know who you actually use when it comes to business. Seriously. And they were talking about retirement
what do you mean
stuff.
When it comes to business?
Like annuities and stuff.
Well, gotcha.
Now listen, and I talk about Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, and then I talk about Joe Chiano. I talk about their fixed index annuities. And I'm going to tell you something. This is a true story. I'm doing business with both, and Joe will tell you. I was on the phone with Joe, and he was answering questions for me. Then I would go on the phone with Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, and they would answer questions for me, and I was comparing what they said. Now, there's a reason for that, Mark, because I, honest to God, want to be absolutely sure we have the best people we can have. And they were right in sync with the actual facts and figures when it comes to what makes a good annuity. And the truth, the God's honest truth is, I decided I'm doing business with both of them. First of all, I've known Joe for many, many, many years. But one of the things, he opened my eyes, and I remember texting you, Mark. Remember I said, Mark, I finally pulled the trigger. I'm going to pull the trigger again, and I want you to know I've done a lot of research because I remember you were thinking of one. And
did you, in all honesty, and Joe, you might be able to answer this better, when Tom was looking at different annuities or anybody, when it actually comes down to signing the paperwork and doing the transaction, how big is this contract, Tom? Is it 10 pages, 500 pages, or you didn't even see it?
It's about 10 pages.
Okay.
But a lot of it's boilerplate. There's only a few that you really have. I mean, not a few. You should look at all of them. But, of course, here's the deal. I haven't done Joe's yet. That's going to be my next thing. Here's what I'm saying, Joe. You taught me something, and I made some very simple notes, and I swear to God, you people need to know what I call annuities for dummies. And, Joe, we should do something like this, a PDF or something, because one thing I want to explain is, first of all,
he's got it in the works, and it's mind-blowing.
But it's got to be very simple, because Joe is so smart sometimes, I think he gets into minutia that people...
This is going to be... I didn't even know if you wanted to bring it up, because it's a ways out. Yeah. But listen to what he's going to do. Go ahead, Joe.
Tom, we're really excited about this new educational campaign that we're having, okay? We're going to be doing a movie, an actual movie. It's about baby boomers, basically, and how annuities will solve the problem that most baby boomers today are having. People are concerned about running out of money before retirement, and they're concerned about if their money's going to last as long as they will. The movie will address the pitfalls of the 401ks, the pensions, the IRAs that people have today, and how an annuity can actually solve that problem.
I understand, Joe.
This is sort of be an exclusive.
I also want to explain very basic terms. And Mark, this is something. Here are the terms that we have to talk about: caps, fees, bonuses, participation rate, guaranteed rates, the indexes, and the vested time, surrendered penalties. Those are the. Wouldn't you say, Joe? Those are the main issues.
Those are the main elements of...
well, yeah, because you need to know every one of them to know you have a good deal.
That's right.
And what Joe taught me, and I took notes, Joe, fixed index annuity, you want higher caps and no fees. Right, Joe?
That's right.
Then you want... Low fees, this is from Joe. I'm just summarizing. Returns are tied to an index, but you got to pick the right index. Explain that, Joe.
Well, yeah. I mean, our annuity has actually two ways that you can make money with that annuity. The index would be a one way, and the other way is the guaranteed interest rate that the company will pay you regardless of what the index is doing. So basically, at the end of your annuity period, the company is going to look at the pool of money of the index side versus the pool of money of the guaranteed side. And the company will choose the biggest of the two pools to calculate your income for life.
And that's the guaranteed rate we talked about, and that's so there's a guaranteed, and then there's the index. Then Then Mark, this is the weird part. Now listen to this one. The cap rate. Explain what that is, Joe.
Well, the cap rate is what the company is willing to give you on each index. Like if the S&P 500 goes up to 10 points, they're not going to give you 10 points because your money is not in the stock market.
They got to make some money.
They got to make some money, so they're going to give you maybe 6 points. Okay?
Right, so there will be a cap rate on what you but listen to this, then there's another one. There's a participation rate. What is that?
That is right. So that's how much the company is willing to pay on a certain index. For example, the Barclays. It has absolutely 130% participation rate. So that means that if the Barclays does 10 points, they're going to give you 100% is be 10 points plus another 30% on top of that.
And when, so but okay, that's the participation rate, right?
Right. That is right.
But it's the percentage of cap that you get.
That is right. You get with some of the indexes that we have, you get up to 130% participation rate.
Right. Now,
so it's like
then the vested time is different for different ones. You want the shortest vested time or not?
Well, it just depends on the age of the client.
Exactly.
This is why people should actually look at a financial advisor or a certified financial planner to guide them.
Like if you were going to have something sitting for 10 years, could you, for the first 2 or 3 years, be very aggressive and say, I want the highest participation, I want the highest cap, I want everything.
You choose that up front, Mark. You don't change that.
That's what I was going to ask, but then can you move it?
You can move it. With our annuity, you can move it every year.
Move what, Mark? Wait. We might be saying the same. What do you mean move what?
Okay, let's say that you choose 3 or 4 indexes. Okay,
Oh,
like
that's
the
right.
S&P
You can
500, the Nasdaq, or
Yes.
whatever the case may be.
You can
Once a
reallocate
year,
funds.
You can reallocate to another index that may be doing better
So, Mark,
with that economy.
So, Mark, what he's saying is, if you have 80, Joe likes to do 80 to Barclays, 20% to the S&P, and then you can change that allocation each year.
That's right.
Depending on the returns, but you
depending on
don't
the
actually
economy.
change. How do I put this?
You're still in the same annuity.
Yes, it's not. Yeah, that's right, and it's not like other investments where. How do I put this? Where it's very risky. You're not going to have a lot of risk.
And then when there's a death benefit, or not a death benefit, I'm sorry, when there is a long-term care benefit.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you're getting $4,000 a month, you go into long-term care, or not even that, you're still at your house, but you can't do 2 out of the 6 tasks.
That's right.
Then it doubles.
It doubles.
Does that annuity have a much smaller cap because it has that benefit? They can't just give you that. They can't give you everything.
No, Mark. No, here's the thing. Okay, that benefit is what they call a rider. Okay, and
It's an addendum to it.
And there's a fee for that. Our fee for that annuity is only 1/10. And this is something, Tom, that you got to be careful because all annuities have different fees.
Right.
You got to choose the lowest fee.
That's
annuity.
right. That's right.
Okay, like our annuity.
So it's just like insurance. You're putting a rider and different coverage on.
0.1%. That's not even a 1/4%, Tom. It's 1/10
I
of a
get it.
percent. It's almost like a no-fee annuity.
No, I
But
get
that's
it.
every year,
I
right?
got to take this call. Kent, you have a comment on Obamacare. Go ahead, Kent.
Yeah, I do. Mark's right in his assessment of Obamacare. Tom, you're also right that millions of people benefit from the policy. The problem is that multi-millions pay more to support them.
That's right.
And
That's
okay
absolutely
for
that's
you.
absolutely right. But you see, Kent, when they start
Right, but that's okay.
start debating it on Capitol Hill,
That's okay.
What?
No. That's okay for you because 10K doesn't matter to you. It does matter to me.
Well, no, Ken, I never said it's okay. What I said was what happens on Capitol Hill when they start discussing it is it's okay for those people who want Obamacare because they say, what are you, greedy? You don't want health care for the millions and for the masses? You know, you'll hear these people say, Bernie Sanders will say, this is care for everyone. Everyone can get Medicaid and all this. And even though it costs millions of people more money, they don't look at that. Don't you understand that when it comes to socialism, they don't look at what it costs other people?
I understand that you don't care about the $10,000. I do.
Ken, I did not say I don't care, for God's sakes. Who are you listening to? I didn't say I don't care. I said they don't care.
You don't care either, do you?
Ken, I first of all, you want to know why I don't care? Because I'm on Medicare.
That's a straightforward question.
Did I care before I was on Medicare? I absolutely cared. It was disgusting. I never had coverage. I paid out the nose and never got coverage. I had big, giant deductibles.
Do you care? So do you care now if you have to pay $10,000 more a year in taxes?
Of course I do.
Okay, well, I care. You don't care. I don't believe you. I think $10,000 to you doesn't mean much.
Ken, well, I don't know who the hell you're talking to then, okay? You don't believe me? Go to hell. Goodbye. I mean, what can I do to people that don't believe me? Do I care if I pay $10,000 more? Mark, you know me better than anyone. Do I care?
Yes.
Do I do everything I can to save?
Yes, I think more of his point, though, was what I was saying. It's just hammering the middle class. I mean, once again, and I'll acknowledge it, the property tax amount I've got to pay now it's insane, but it's not going to change my lifestyle. There's a lot of people where Obamacare, and especially the tax increase on property in Colorado, is going to affect their kids' after-school programs.
Mark, you know, I don't know why people are misunderstanding me. I am not saying I don't care about property tax. I am not saying I don't care about higher taxes in general.
Because you kept, in this scenario, I'm going to tell you why. Because you kept pointing out that some people look at the 2 million or 200 million, whatever it is, people that didn't qualify for Medicaid before now qualify just because of what you're saying. I understand you were just pointing out that's a sect of the people, but when you're doing that, people interpret that as you agree with it.
No, and what I'm saying is this. Another thing I said that people misunderstand. You do not understand how many people are willing to put up with pain. I mean economic pain and misery, even misery from increased crime. If their party is correct, if their party is in power, they will put up with anything to be correct. That's what I'm getting at. And if you don't believe that, look at the damn country.
I don't think the tolerance is there. I agree with you there. But there is a point to where, I'll use homeless as an example. Downtown, you come out of a Burger King and you trip over someone homeless with a needle out of his arm. You're going to go, oh, this sucks, and move on. But when you start coming out of nice hotels and nice restaurants and pitched everywhere like they are now, I would assume that tolerance gets reached, even if you do vote that way.
I hope to God you're right, because I think it is absolutely ridiculous that people put up with what they put up with. But I think we are too optimistic thinking that common sense and self-preservation prevails. I wish it did.
Tell me if you agree or disagree with this. The defund police movement, let's say 2020, was prominent everywhere. A lot of these communities now are realizing that was not the way to handle it, and it's changing.
You're right. That's right. I hope it does change. I hope it does. Maybe I am too pessimistic about how miserable people are willing to be right. Maybe, and I don't mean right politically. I mean just to be correct. And I hope I'm wrong. We have more coming up.
What if you had a plan that protected you against future tax increases by the government? What if it kept your Social Security taxes from going up, all while keeping your Medicare premiums down? It is possible, and that's just the beginning. Call the team at Summit Wealth Strategies today at 720-806-6885.
10 seconds.
At GoSummitWealth.com. Investment advisory services offered through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, a registered investment advisor firm. IPW and Summit Wealth are not affiliated firms.
Did you know that high alkaline, super soft, purified water is one of the best cleaning agents in nature? It can carry stuff away because you take it away from the water, and that water attracts it after that. Zero Res has put that combination to work for you. Without the use of chemicals, soaps, solvents, and emulsifiers, they can clean carpet, tile, and grout. And they do granite cleaning, mattress cleaning, upholstery cleaning, of course, area rug cleaning, and carpet cleaning, the only people I have in my home, and you should too. They even do commercial cleaning surfaces. Dirty carpets don't always look dirty. They'll get out that crap. And you know what else I love? Your carpets dry faster, stay clean longer. Zero Res. With their 3-step process, removes dirt, dander, leaving no dirt-attracting residues. That's ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150. The real clean, ZeroResDenver.com.
You can buy directly from the...
I found myself doing that earlier.
That gun deal was like a slap on the wrist. If that was any of us, they'd throw us in the fucking can.
Or Trump.
And then if they dig up any of this other shit on him, that plea deal had him non-prosecute, whatever the fuck. It's the Biden privilege. They're going to get him on this. I have a feeling they're going to fucking... This shit's getting sticky, man. Even the media over there to my left is going to start having to fucking say something.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Again, that's what you think. You would think that would happen, but I don't know.
So you want to see the movie?
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
I mean, that's going to be exciting.
What's the name
We
of
both
the movie?
do.
The Baby Boomer Dilemma.
The Baby Boomer
But
Dilemma.
you can't. We already looked. Can't find it anywhere.
And the key is, I mean...
They have got that under lock and
right.
key.
I mean, it's done by Hollywood and...
Dude, it's like a real fucking movie.
It's an hour and a half long.
You're right.
Yeah, it's an hour and a half long, and the results have been tremendous. I mean, they They actually dissect all the pension plans that we have had in the past, the ones that we have right now, the 401ks, the IRA.
There's a lot
the
of
stock
people.
market. Oh my God! I mean, they just,
Joe,
there's a lot
who's
of people-
making this?
It's already been made. It was made.
Just look it up. The
baby boomer dilemma. It was
Yeah.
in 2021, but
I mean,
it's under lock and key, Tommy.
IMDb's got it's like 8 out of 10. A lot of people don't realize that they can transfer that whatever 100,000, 300,000 in their 401k and have that added income till the day they die to be added on to their pension, Social Security, other stuff. There's a lot of people that simply don't understand that,
right.
Joe.
That
And
is right.
it's really remarkable they don't. When I first started hearing you were doing them, I was like, oh, annuities. I mean, this is years ago.
Right.
But it's really
It's
crazy,
amazing.
man.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, they're a great vehicle for people.
Well, if you want that guaranteed, here's the one thing, and we generally always talk about it, right, Tom? Liquidity. If you don't care about the liquidity, it's a fucking fantastic product.
We have liquidity.
Very little.
No, you can take 10%.
I know, 10% of
what we're
Joe, but
talking
I'm
about-
talking fucking liquidity.
Put your headphones on so you can hear Tommy.
No, what Mark is talking about is just total liquidity. You don't have it, Mark. You are sacrificing some of that. He's right.
You give up liquidity big time.
She was saying
10% is like,
Thanks,
it
Scott.
just all depends, man. I guess an example would be your kid has cancer and you need access to 150 grand to send them to some treatment place. You might not be able to do that. And I'm not trying to get extreme, but I mean liquidity, as in I can cash it in. But that's why you don't put all your eggs
in one
basket.
That's right. And it depends on the age of the client.
No, there's a lot of people that are willing to give that money up to have that guaranteed income a month.
And the benefits.
If I was completely retired and I'm just living off savings, or I'm just living off of what I have, the first thing I would like to see is where's my life. And Tom, you can't even do this yet. The hardest part about actually retiring is not having that income. And figuring just not having that income, I guarantee, would change my needs every year. I think it would do that for anybody.
A lot of people have told me that they have now peace of mind.
Yeah.
Because now they can retire. They know they can retire.
Yeah.
They can actually, we did one last week, and they were going to be
10
getting
seconds.
like 100,000.
Your trusted local fiduciary advisors, TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, so Mike's got a comment on Obamacare. Go ahead, Mike, and then Corey. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, Tom, as usual, you're right and Mark's wrong.
We're both right.
Let me tell you. Well, yeah, that's true, and in each way. Let me tell you where I sit before I tell you where I stand, as the immortal Mike Rosen would say.
Yeah.
I didn't vote for Obama. I was against Obamacare, but for financial reasons, I had to get on the Medicaid waiting list. And then when the ACA was declared constitutional, I was automatically in it. And ever since then, well, it's probably dang near saved my life. Just the biggest example, this last Wednesday, I underwent, hopefully, my fourth and last eye surgery for a detached retina. And there's no way in the world I could pay for all these things.
Yep, you're right. And a lot of people do benefit, a lot of people, but the point everyone was trying to make...
But wait, no. Now I'm going to do what you do, Tom. And where was I wrong? Where was I wrong, Mike?
Didn't I just say we were both right?
I know what you said, Tom, but he started off saying I was wrong and you were right. What part was I wrong on, Mike? The transfer of wealth? What part?
Well, it depends on how you're...
Maybe my attitude about it you don't like, but I said nothing that was false.
What he said was it was a shift in responsibility. So even though right now it's better for you, there are other people paying for that. Right?
Because they're paying more than they ever had. That's all I'm saying, man.
And again.
And honestly, Mike, Tom said something I want you to hear. He said Mark votes with his wallet. Absolutely. If I wasn't making money and didn't have income, I'd be voting for the free stuff too, man, all day long.
As I said, I did not vote for this, and I am grateful.
No, I know. I know you are. I get it. I totally get it. There are a lot of people grateful
Ironically, how many times did I vote for Obama, Tom?
Twice.
That is correct.
Yep. Okay, 303-713-TALK. Corey, what's going on with you? Hello, Corey.
Hey, Tom. How are you?
Good, man. What's going on with you? I'm sorry for the wait, bro. What's happening?
Tom, I got a ticket. I've been living in Denver all my life. I got a ticket this morning. I've been parking in this place for months. It's on the road, but I noticed this morning as the first Tuesday of every month sweeping, and I got a $50 ticket.
Oh, wait a minute. So this was for street sweeping?
Yes.
So what are you asking?
Oh, man.
First Tuesday of every month, April through November.
I see those signs everywhere.
I never seen them anywhere else except for in Denver.
Well, but what is your
notice
point?
it on
Are
the
you trying to get out of the ticket?
Yes.
Do you know I don't know how important it is and how important your time is, but if you go to the parking referee and you say it's the first time that ever happened and you park there, a lot of times they will throw stuff like that out.
Okay.
But you have to show up. It's not going to be done automatically.
Well, they have a website on here. You can dispute it, but it doesn't say you have to show up.
Well, you can dispute it, but you're really not disputing it, saying you weren't there. You could appeal to them on that website. Maybe they don't do parking referee anymore like they used to. They used to have hearings where you go in and talk about it.
I'm not sure if they do or not.
Why don't you then write a comment saying, you didn't notice that and ask that it be excused? I don't know.
I wonder, do you have to have, I could understand if you said, hey, it was stolen and someone parked it there, or hey, I wasn't parked there at this time, but to actually say I was parked there, would these referees even care?
Mark, a lot of times people would go in when they parked wrong, and here's what they would say, things like this. Oh, I came out, it was 5 minutes later, my kid was sick or whatever, and we were in the restroom. Whatever. What I'm saying is it used to be that you could talk to a referee, and they weren't real.
It doesn't hurt to ask for some grace.
Listen, I just found this. This is so funny. And it's funny because his ticket's $50. To request a hearing in Denver, you can go to denvergov.org. Submit a petition for review along with a non-refundable deposit of $25.
Oh,
so
man.
even if they cut it in half, he'd end up paying more.
That's funny. That is funny, actually.
What would have been really grand is if it was $50 filing fee.
Yeah. Wow. That's funny. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Is it that you can't afford it?
The principal. It's the principal.
I don't think you're going to.
$15 now.
Well, what is the principle? Tell me. I don't understand. What is the principle? Help me understand that.
I'm dying to hear it too.
What's the principle?
Okay, the principle is the parking tickets used to be $15.
Oh.
And now, for who knows what reason, they're $50.
I'm going to fight my property taxes on principle.
Okay, hold on. So you're not saying you didn't do it. You're saying they shouldn't charge you as much.
Right. If it was $15, I wouldn't have any problem. But
No,
man,
that's never going to work.
This is a lot of money.
That's
a lot of groceries.
never going to work. I thought you were thinking because it was once a month, it was something you overlooked. I don't think that's.
It was that too. I totally overlooked it, and the signs are confusing because it should either say no parking or parking okay.
Yeah, it's amazing. You could run in and steal $50 in groceries in Denver, and really not get in any trouble at all. But they'll hit you for not moving your car. It's a weird West out there, baby.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a weird world. Get used to it. Okay. I'm sorry, Corey. I don't think there's anything we can do for you, bro. I mean, I don't know what we can do.
You can fight it for that $25, but like I said, that seems crazy.
Now, Tom, what is your comment about Tom? Real quick, what is your comment about Evergreen? I see you want to make a comment. What is that?
Hey, Tom. Look, I just spent close to an hour to go maybe a quarter mile. They got a project going up here along the lake.
Floyd Hill.
It's a road project, but there's one light in town, and it's the whole town is at a standstill. And if there was ever a fire, Tom, everybody on that road along that lake and everybody that's stopped in town are going to be trapped. And that town will go up in smoke because they won't be able to move a fire truck.
I didn't realize that was happening. And did you, are you saying they shouldn't do the project, or they're doing it at the wrong time of day, or what?
Well, no, they have to do the project because apparently that road was eroding, and there's a little walkway that they wanted to address. But that project should be going 24 hours.
Oh, I get it. Okay, to get it done quickly, get it over with.
I'm just shocked that Colorado's actually fixing a road.
Oh, I know you're familiar with Evergreen. It's the road that goes along,
right?
Comes up through Evergreen, Little Bear, and then goes around to the golf course. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep. Well, listen, I feel like, I've always thought this before, that we do not utilize time efficiently because there should be crews running 24 hours. There's no reason not to. There's no reason not to. I mean, because there's nothing that says you have to be open for people. For example, it's not like a store where you have to be open for people to come and accommodate people during the day. I don't know why places like that do not utilize 24-hour clocks, or even shift the clock to evenings at least, or times when people aren't on the road so much. I've often wondered that. We have to take this break. I'm Tom Martino. More coming up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by InvisibleFence.com.
A pretty easy drive throughout the Denver Metro for this Tuesday afternoon commute. I-25 northbound, some brief slowdowns into downtown. We're seeing speeds in the 40s and 50s between Alameda and Colfax. Just west of there, 6th Avenue eastbound, your usual slowdowns on the off-ramp to I-25 southbound. Slowdowns start at Federal Boulevard. Heading west into the mountains, I-70 westbound, some slow traffic through road construction. Looks like blasting operations through the Floyd Hill area. Some stop and go, but nothing too dramatic out there. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies. We are expecting a 60% chance of scattered thunderstorms. Still hot out there with a high of 86 degrees. The current temperature in Denver is 84 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Summer is here, which means your pets will be spending more time outside.
10 seconds.
Yard with Invisible Fence brand. Now through the end of the month, take 50% off the installation of your system. Visit InvisibleFence.com to schedule your consultation and see the Invisible Fence brand difference.
When you list a house, many times you change your mind, or you have a change of heart, or something happens, and a real estate person may not let you out of the contract. In fact, most of them won't. Or you may not like the way the real estate broker is dealing with you, and you might want to change, and they won't let you. Frank Duran, the real estate man, is so confident on the wonderful service he provides you. He doesn't hold you to a long-term contract. He just asks for a chance to serve you. He'll even do a complete free analysis of what he thinks your house will sell for and what you will net. And that's free of charge with no obligation. Frank Duran, the real difference here in real estate. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
A lot of folks don't realize that
I benefit whoever you're talking to.
I mean, no, it's not. They can give a 30% bonus
after 10 years
on the income side.
Yeah, I got
you. we give the 15% bonus day one.
So you don't get the gross. Yeah, I got you.
So
you don't get the benefit of the growth.
Isn't a growth beautiful? See?
Yeah.
I mean, so the key is, how can somebody choose? It's very complicated.
It's very.
They have to trust. That's the key. They have to trust somebody with education, ethics, and experience. That's the bottom line, Mark. I mean, any life insurance agent can sell any type of an annuity out of the same companies that we have. But are they going to fit the right annuity to you?
To the right person, yeah.
Right. And you see, we have a lot of people that are transferring their 401ks. There's a lot of people, we got to make a point to this, okay? Because I see a lot of people that left an employer and didn't take their 401k with them. They're just sitting there
forever
for the mercy of the market without no control. Those are the people that should be rolling over their 401ks into this annuity type that we have. See, because a lot of people just forget about it. I just met somebody, like I said last week, that had a 401k from 15 years ago. And she just got a statement after 7 years. God, I'm losing money. I lost 100,000.
That's insane.
And that's money that, people are really financially ignorant, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Totally financially ignorant. And there's people that will take advantage of that. They really will take advantage of that. And I've been doing this for 50 years. Mm-hmm. And we are teachers. We are sanctioned by the state of Colorado Division of Insurance to teach continuing education. And it hurts me to see people that sell a product just because they have a higher commission payout.
Yeah.
To hell with the client.
Yep.
So see, that's why the state has mandated now additional training for people to sell annuities, because people were selling like 90-year-old people an annuity that was not suitable for them, that would take 10 or 15 years to mature. A 90-year-old? They're not going to be alive to see that. But guess what? That agent made 10% commission. So if somebody got $1 million,
he cares about himself.
100,000. No, that's what I mean. If you talk about taxes, you talk about the Obamacare, you talk about all these things that have happened to the economy. I've seen it happen in the financial world.
Yeah.
People taking advantage of people just because they have a license to be able to, and they
consult and advise.
Call QC Kinetics. Let QC Kinetics help you improve your quality of life with biologic therapies that get your body to repair and restore damaged tissue.
These exciting new regenerative treatments from local medical professionals can help your body heal itself with lasting pain relief.
Trust me, you want to avoid surgery if you can. Check out these biologic treatments to see what your options are.
QC Kinetics.
Like somebody your age, Mark, you could benefit, really benefit from an annuity. How old are you now?
51.
See, you're at the perfect age. You can wait 20 years if you want to, or 15
10
years
seconds.
to let it grow.
10 seconds.
86. That's 303 900 8986. 303 900 8986.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. We are here to help you. Let's go to the phones. And Rich has a comment on Aurora weeds. What is going on, Rich?
Mark, you're right. It's the wild, wild west out there.
Uh-oh, Mark.
I don't know. Is it just me, or do people not have? They don't want to clean their yards up anymore, and the city doesn't want to clean up anymore. It just seems like there's an extraordinary amount of weeds growing out of control everywhere.
You know what? I didn't notice that, but you know what? Somebody else complained about that by email, that cities are not enforcing ordinance anymore.
Yeah,
right, they used to.
You think they're going to arrest someone on weeds when you can shoplift, steal cars?
You're right, Mark. You're right. It's the wild, wild west. I just got to thinking about that. I just got to thinking about that and said, man, maybe it's just me, but it just seems like there's just crazy.
You know, we exit almost every day. We take I-25 from Castle Rock and then exit on Hampton. And if you look over to the right, there used to be that giant movie theater screen there. I don't think they're open anymore.
Right.
But I am watching Tent City grow there by the day. And it's amazing to me. No one does anything. Usually there's one guy out holding a sign. This morning, at the same corner, there were 4 people. I mean, how does that even work in the homeless population? I'd love to know. Do they expect all 4 people to get, like, paid by everybody? I just have no idea, man.
Right. Is that the Cinderella twin?
Yeah. No, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, there used to be a drive-in.
No, not Cinderella. No, I know where you're talking about, where the old drive-in was years ago.
Oh.
No, this is right at I-25 in Hamden. It's just, Tom, watching this thing grow weekly is, like, insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
It is totally. You're absolutely right. So. Thank you for your comments, man. I mean, people are not, listen, Mark, maybe you're right. Maybe people are going to finally realize, hold on, things are not right.
You know, he was talking about weeds. We delivered something to a woman, a listener, about 2 weeks ago, and she was in Commerce City. And it was crazy, man. It was one of these neighborhoods where one yard would be crystal pristine, beautiful. The very next one would have like a couch in front of it and weeds growing. And I always thought, man, it really sucks. We bitch about HOAs, and some of them are horrible. But my God, they do have a purpose in life, and that's a perfect example. That person that takes care of their property, I would never buy that house because of who their neighbors were. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. I know exactly what you're saying.
It just kills a whole neighborhood.
Yep. Alan, what did you want to say, Alan?
Hey, yeah, I have a question on selling stock. I'm on a computer share website, but I also have comments on the street sweeping. Like in downtown Denver, it's so condensed to parking that they tow cars all the time. And then in November, there's no more street sweeping after that, but there's leaves sitting in the gutters all winter long.
Boy, and they opened up those bike lanes in Denver are incredible. So they shrinked all the roads for cars, but you can rent an Uber scooter wherever you want.
I don't know if Mark has any ideas on selling the stock.
I don't even know what you meant. You're on some kind of. I mean, what do you mean? I don't even understand the question, Alan.
Well, it's a computer share website.
What is that?
I thought you might know.
I've never heard of a computer share website. Never, Tom?
No. What does that mean? What are you talking about?
Well, it's the name of the company that manages the stock. So I can log on there, and it's got all the stocks listed.
I'm looking at it now. I'm still not quite understanding. Is it to where you can buy a portion of a stock along with other people?
No, that's just the name of the site.
But it's like a Ameritrade, or it's like any of them, right? Or no?
I think so, yeah.
Well, I mean, it should be very evident how to sell or buy a stock on there.
Yeah, when you, what are you trying? Is there a specific stock, or are you talking in general?
In general, just what are the things to watch out for, or
the only thing with stocks, first of all, I don't think people should be trading unless they know what they're doing. But when it comes to stock trading, the only thing you should be concerned about is the price. If you're on a platform, a legit platform, Mark, you don't have to check out buyers.
This is hold on a second.
Like Ameritrade or something.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. This says ComputerShare primarily provides stock registration and transfer services to company listed on the stock market. I don't think this is what you want to use.
Well, all the stocks are on the site. They're my father's, and I'm trying to sell them for him.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
And there's options when you sell it. And then it's like $50 for a trade.
Joe, have you ever heard of ComputerShare?
No, I haven't really.
To me, it looks like it's just a transfer agency and share registration. Did he work for someone that used it?
Yeah, it's probably where. I'm not sure.
I mean, where did the account come from, Alan, when he passed?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out
he's
where.
in long-term care. So.
I mean, do you think it originally came from an employer? I mean, I just got it. I don't know what advice to give you because I don't even know. It doesn't break like in Ameritrade. It looks like their purpose is a lot different.
Yeah. Well, it has.
Although they do, if you go to individuals, they do have stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
We got
make a stock purchase.
Limit order.
Mark, you know more about that trading platform than I do.
Well, I've never seen this one. So, give me an idea of what your dad's stock. Give me an idea of one of the stocks he holds.
Let's do it right after this. Hold on. We got to take this break. I'm Tom Martino. Just hang on.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by STEM.
A fairly beautiful drive throughout the Denver Metro for those early afternoon hours. I-25 north and southbound, no major complaints out there. We are seeing some slow traffic into downtown. Northbound I-25 looking at speeds in the 30s and 40s between 6th and Colfax. And 6th Avenue eastbound, some normal congestion on the off-ramp to I-25 southbound. East of downtown, I-70 westbound stop and go continues between Colorado Boulevard and York as road construction continues. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies. We are looking at that threat of scattered thunderstorms as the afternoon goes on with potential flooding throughout the metro area, a high of 86. The current temperature in Denver is 84 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Humans can do a lot of amazing things. Fighting bugs
10 seconds.
Isn't one of them. STEM is powered by active ingredients found in plants to fight off bugs safely and effectively when used as directed. STEM, rooted in nature, optimized by science.
You know, heritage means something when it comes to home improvements. That's why I am proud to represent K&H Home Solutions. I'm telling you, I've known them for so many years. K&H Windows, they started out 65 years ago. I've known them 40 years. Now they're K&H Home Solutions. And you know what? Here's what they do. Windows, siding, doors, roofing, and more. They have what you're looking for with the knowledge, the know-how, the expertise, and the longevity to make it right. 303-421-7100, khwindows.com. They really specialize in low maintenance or no maintenance products and great value and prices. 303-421-7100. If you are looking for anything to do with real estate and you need a question answered or you need to be represented, O'Brien Legal Services, they specialize in real estate. Brad O'Brien and his team can take care of your legal issues when it comes to real estate, whether it's a normal closing, you just want to look over some docs for a few $100, or you have a survey problem, an easement problem, access problem, or an apartment, you're a landlord, you need to evict people, whatever it is, you need, if it has to do with real estate, olslaw.com. That's O'Brien Legal Services, olslaw.com, 720-370-7388.
Do roller
The Ameritrade takes care of all the back end, stuff.
People are going to get a medium-sized gumbo when they come to the movie.
That would be
What?
awesome.
Medium-sized gumbo.
Just
And he's
about
going to
coming
get
up to the end of the
popcorn,
shift. Wanna send
candy,
me an email about
and
that?
so just think about this. They're going to sit down in a nice recliner seat,
Okay.
watch the movie, and those people are the ones that are thinking about, God, am I doing the right thing? It's all targeted, right?
All right. Thanks so much.
And enjoy the movie. And then at the end,
Okay.
we'll have a little bit of a.
If they have questions,
table.
they have questions.
Yeah, or we can put a little. We're going to have a little table with a. They can sign up for their appointment. That's it.
Are you doing 2 nights or 1?
No, we can only do
1 night.
The licensing fee is 1 showing only. I mean, they got that locked up. I mean, really well. But I mean, I talked to the lady at AMC 24, and she said, "Oh yeah, that baby boomers, we have shown that on a national basis."
Oh, they have.
Oh yeah, they knew all about it. They
Probably
knew.
so.
I mean, so that's how I found out about it. I went to a meeting, and I met this guy from Charlotte. And he told me about it, and I was amazed by it. The results that he got.
Hey, look at this. CNN's acknowledging Bud Light's losing money out the ass. That's incredible. You'd figure they'd say, "Oh, they're making more than ever."
So when are you going to Hawaii?
Maybe September.
Oh yeah.
What are you going for?
We still got to book it. We're
30th.
celebrating 30 years.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
September 30 for 30.
There you go.
Well,
I didn't do
right.
anything for my 30th.
Oh.
Hey, don't get me going. I'm not going to say anything on air, but whatever.
About what?
I'm not. I just said I'm not going to say anything on air. Okay, about your birthday. I'll leave it at that.
Oh. I'm not going away for my birthday. I'm just staying around.
Yeah. Schwab. That's who I was trying to think of. I got to transfer all my shit to Schwab.
Tommy, we haven't planned our trip yet. We'll coordinate dates with you before we do.
Okay.
Well, we're talking about the Hawaii trip. Next week, we're going to...
No, you're not. Shit. Can't get me there. I had an EKG this morning.
Did it go good?
Oh, yeah. I had that complete cardio workup, but because it wasn't within 30 days, I had to do a secondary EKG because they want they want it within 30 days.
They want to make sure you don't die going under.
I guess that's what it is, right? And then also...
That's the only purpose, I think.
Then blood work and UA is a Thursday. I have to leave here early.
Okay, no problem.
I'll be in the station tomorrow.
Yeah.
Access 5. No 4? Nope. 10 seconds. You're going to have about 90 seconds left.
While streaming KHOW and the full screen player, just click the microphone to record your message. Talk back to Denver's talk station now.
Okay, I have a text mark that says I inherited some stocks and they are in computer share. I cannot trade on the site. Only buy and sell. Isn't buying and selling trading?
Well, no. Here's I figured out what this guy needs to do. Bring him up real quick. Hey, Alan, here's what you need to do, man. Go open up a free Schwab account. Okay, they bought Ameritrade. It's basically the same thing. So go open up a free account. Then you go back to that place you're talking about. What's it called again? Computer share. And you want to transfer all your stocks, whatever holdings you have, over to the new Schwab account. Couple reasons to do this. Even if you could liquidate, which it doesn't look like you can do with computer share, you could have tax ramifications that could bite you in the ass if you sell them all at once.
All right. I need to finish by telling you how to get a hold of Joe Chiano, mymoneymyway.com, someone you truly can trust for financial advisement when it comes to creating income. 303-779-6600. That's 779-6600. Save all your problems for me.
Follow.
All All right, you have a great day.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Thanks.
That's a set.